mask on. Fuck it, mask on. Mask on. Fuck it, 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 mask on.
Going on with his music.
Yeah, bro, I swear the pre-music for the channel is like our best music. That's the just brings out the bangers.
Bro, you watching like some sort of like shooting game?
Morning, boys.
How's the boys doing today? We've got Hein in the waiting room. Favorite mass traders are back.
The real OGs.
real mass traders are here. They thought we were done. We only getting started.
And it's time to get cooking.
Again, guys, Hein is not collateral damage. We're getting Hein on at 9 o'clock. Right, we're gonna get going now. Just wanna share the link. Mo, just audio check quickly. Mic check.
Okay, testes, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I don't know, they told me this is how you go viral. You guys right to going viral with this? I know, guys, we might hit stop losses. I can't see shit.
Alright guys, it's a bit hard to see what the fuck we're doing here.
No, I'm gonna take it off.
Yo. Guys, like, you don't even understand it. Like, this shit gets sweaty. About time, guys. The real OGs. The face reveal.
The face. Alright. Chad, how's it going? If you made it to today's stream, well done. End of the week, Friday. And no, brother, we are not mad at the charts. You only get mad at the charts if you don't know what you're doing, but we are not mad at the charts. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, guys, Friday.
Chris, just hold there quickly. We're just gonna bring the volume down a bit on the music.
Okay, let's bring that down a bit. Oh, is Mo asking for low volume?
No, the guys, like, it is quite loud, but I see they also mentioned that it is too loud in the chat.
Wait, let me bring it down a bit. How's that, guys? Just give me a heads up on the music. Is that better? Is it better? Mo, just good on my end. Okay, sweet. Alright, guys, Friday. Like I said, well done. You made it to Friday. The guys that are on stream, well done to you. Gonna end the week strong. I think it's gonna be a good day. We've got some CPI coming out of the Eurozone, France, what is this? Spain, and then also later this afternoon, EPI and IPI. You thought CPI was enough, they bring in IPI, EPI, IPO. Anyway, Christine Lagarde on at 4 o'clock. We've got the Michigan Consumer, what is that? Where did I see that? Yeah, the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. So I think it's going to be a good day. I'm going to kick it off. We've got Hein van Deventer coming on at 9. I'm just going to run through the analysis real quick, and then we're going to get Hein on. It's been a while coming to get Hein on. He's a difficult guy to get hold of, but we managed to get him on the stream. So looking forward to that. Right after the analysis, we will be bringing Hein on. And guys, I'm going to start with DXY quickly on the weekly time frame. So weekly, remember I said I was bearish. However, first part of the week we started trading down. Now we are back at the weekly pivot. Yesterday, obviously throwing things completely to the other side. Again, as mentioned yesterday, I said we could have a case of yesterday being a strong trending day. Go and watch the streams yesterday morning, due to the fact that we had a very tight daily range. Not yesterday, the day before that. And that is why I expected a big volume day on DXY. So I'm bullish on the day due to the fact that CPI came out hot, PPI came out hot, everything PP was hot. And daily time frame, I'm bullish. 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at where we are trading for the session. Currently back at the weekly pivot. Asia lows here already taken, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that this weekly pivot level key for us, if we're gonna continue bullish, for that to hold above, and then straight after that I'll be monitoring Asia highs. Weirdly enough, we've got this open gap on the 5-minute, so I'm definitely expecting the dollar to push bullish early in the session, and we will trade accordingly. Before we go over to US indices, I just quickly want to show you guys what happened overnight. So Hang Seng, wait, let me just get to this list. Nikkei closed down 0.55% overnight. Hang Seng closing down almost 2.51%. So we've got a bit of a risk off equity flow coming from Asia. And I'm expecting bearish momentum to continue through from yesterday. Let me just get this music down a little bit. I'm expecting bearish order flow to continue through the day. So US30, I am bearish on the day. Let's just quickly look at the daily. All right, so we were bearish on the week. Yesterday's daily candle rejecting that 200 moving day average EMA, also taking out Wednesday's high. So I'm bearish on the day, very easy to see. So do not get caught trying to buy this market. I am bearish. And where can we go from here? So yesterday's low, first target, and then back to the weekly pivot. We rejected the weekly R1, so bearish on the day. 5-minute time frame, let's quickly see where we are on the 5-minute time frame. I just want to get my Asia ranges set quickly. That is my Asia high, this is my Asia low right there. So I would say very nice potential sell opportunities at the Asia high level. Let's monitor that. You can also see accumulation distribution firmly pointing to the downside. So nothing suggesting any type of bullish momentum for me to the upside at this stage. So Asia highs, daily pivot, let's monitor that level when we go into the session. Nasdaq daily time frame, again, yeah, I am bearish on this due to the fact that we closed bearish yesterday. But why am I bearish? We took out Wednesday's high, so this is a potential swing high formation, and I am bearish on the day. So bearish on the day. Asia low right here, already breaking Asia lows, already trading below the daily pivot. So I would say Asia lows for Nasdaq, monitor Asia lows depending on how deep we pull back, even this weekly R1 level. But anything below here, any rejections, I will be looking short. USD JPY, let's quickly look at USD JPY daily time frame. Yesterday I mentioned I was bullish, I'm still bullish today. Are we going to get that breakout finally today to the upside? We were in buys yesterday. Go watch yesterday's CPI stream. We caught some buys. I'm bullish on the day. 5-minute time frame. let's quickly look at where we are in terms of our Asia ranges. All right, trading above the daily pivot, already trading back inside of the Asia range. We took profits yesterday here at 149.80. We bought the 50 level here. We took profits there. This is how you buy high. We didn't try and sell this. Go watch the stream yesterday, guys. This trade was taken here. I still made a joke and said you guys are going to blitz me for buying high, but that trade worked out. There are times when you can buy high and you can sell low if there's volume in the market. Not like some of our SA influencer friends buying CPI yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Someone sent out a signal. I don't know, John Money, or I don't know what the guy's name is, but he sent out a signal here for his team just before CPI. So I hope that brother gets saved over the weekend and really finds Christ. So if you know of a good church, please send that South African brother there to his local church so he can get resaved and he can repent. But anyway, Nasdaq, Asia lows, USD JPY, I will be monitoring. I would actually love for this to do something like this. If we can catch it here again at the 50, that would be great. Otherwise, we will be monitoring Asia lows and then after that Asia highs. So we've got a lot of liquidity resting here. So again, could be a very quick move above that to the 150 and then we'll monitor from there, but not looking short on UJ. Pound yen, let's quickly look at pound yen on the daily. Pound yen daily time frame. Yesterday I mentioned I was actually looking for potential longs yesterday, and I said if we can hold this 183.30 level, then I am definitely looking for potential long positions. Never got that. And I think it was Neil asking me yesterday about the shorts. I will go through that now as well, but I am bearish on the day. Let me just show you guys why I am bearish. Daily time frame. So if you pull a level on this flat body resistance area right there, I classify this as a fake out. Why do I classify it as a fake out? Because we weren't able to hold above this previous breakout level, so we closed back inside of the range, and my expectation now is firstly to come and test this flat body support area here at 181.71, and then obviously after that we can come all the way back down to 180. So bearish on the day, already created a top wick, already tested into that zone. So 5 minute time frame, what do we have? 5 minute. Let's quickly see where we are on the 5. Apologies, I didn't have time this morning to already pre-mark my Asia ranges. Right, this one is a little bit tricky due to the fact that the 80 is now trading back above the 200, but we can see we are still pointing down, so not the cleanest, but we'll monitor it. 183 round number right there, daily pivot right there. So I would say higher probability sells would be Asia lows, but still basically slap bang in the middle of the Asia range. Nothing as of yet for me that stands out. Gold, let's quickly jump to gold on the daily time frame. So yesterday closing bearish. We were bearish to start off. No, Keeks, were we bearish to start off the week? Oh yeah, we were bearish. So
which was that?
No, gold. Yeah, we were bearish, but go to Monday's stream. We mentioned we can push all the way back up to this level and still come down. Not even this week, even next week. But just to give you guys an idea, yesterday closing bearish. This for me is a potential swing high formation.
Why? We were actually bullish on gold.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're bullish, we're turning bearish now.
Yeah. So this for me, potential swing high. See how that week, daily wick is higher than the wick here to the left. So as long as this daily candle does not take out yesterday's high, this can flip bearish to first come and test 1860, and then after that come down to 1850. So I'm actually bearish on the day, Keeks. I don't know about you. I'm bearish on the day for gold.
So for me, we are basically retesting the highs of yesterday. So like, guys, this is bread and butter. Like, this is so clear that it's a sell. Like, you don't even need to like think hard about this one.
So 80, you can clearly see we are still pointing down. So in terms of price pushing now up to your R1 level 1880, I'm gonna say this is your level to monitor for potential sells. We haven't retested the daily pivot, and then if you get into some sells from here, I would say Asia highs, monitor that. If we start breaking back inside of the Asia range, I think you've got a very good trade. You can target yesterday's lows, and after that 1862, that's your level to target to the downside. So we'll monitor this. Maybe I'll make a little bit of a comeback on gold. GBP USD daily time frame, yesterday closing strong bearish. Only thing I do not like about GBP USD is that yesterday's candle never took out the high from Wednesday. I would have loved for it to do something like that. So this is not necessarily a swing high formation. No bottom wick on this daily. I am bearish on the day for GBP USD. And also, why am I bearish? We closed back inside of this range right here. You see that level there looking left? That was a previous resistance area. This didn't hold as support, so I'm actually even thinking we can come all the way back to this yearly pivot level. I am bearish on the day 5-minute time frame. What do we have? Do we have something clean here? Asia has not taken. Accumulation distribution still pointing down but trading above the 200. Weekly pivot right there. So either I'm going to be looking for shorts at the Asia lows weekly pivot level, that's also below the 1-200. Otherwise I'll be looking for shorts below 1-200. Round number right there. I would ideally love for this to first take Asia highs, basically fake out the buyers here, and then as soon as it comes back inside of the Asia range, basically create some type of support at the 120-200, and we're going to start looking for short executions from here. Or the other case is we're going to start looking for short executions once we start breaking below the weekly pivot. So bearish on the day, ready to clap some shorts on GBP USD. USDs are back at the 19 level. Biggest piece of garbage the last couple of weeks, not even going to look at it. Euro, let's quickly look at Euro on the daily. Beautiful, as easy as they come. This now for me is a valid swing high. See how yesterday's daily candle took out Wednesday's high. Also remember, yesterday we mentioned that this is the previous breakout area that we have now retested, basically rejecting there. So this is as easy as they come. I'm bearish on the day. Let me just revise that to bearish. Why am I bearish? Look at this previous support area, previous breakout area, closing back inside of the range. You cannot get easier than this. So I'm targeting 10465, the bottom of this weekly range. And on a 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at where we are. All right, already trading below the half round number right here. I honestly think today is going to be a goodie, so hope you guys are locked in. Weekly pivot right here, Asia highs. Let's quickly mark out Euro USD is looking very good, very good for shorts. All right, so we've got a lot of resistance. We already took Asia highs. Beautiful. That's been done. Weekly pivot right here. So what I would love to see now for the open is I want to see us push back up to Asia highs, and then we're going to start looking short here from the weekly pivot level. If we don't get that, Asia lows comes tricky, but we can just be very aggressive with our trade management. But to be honest, Euro USD is looking really good. German 30, let's quickly look at German 30, last one, and then we're gonna get Hein on. So German 30 daily candle, this is a swing high formation. I am bearish all the way down to 15,271. What do we have on the 5-minute time frame? We've got Asia lows right there, and you've got Asia high up there. We're trading below the daily pivot, accumulation distribution pointing down. I would say your areas to monitor for potential sells is Asia lows or this area right here. I wouldn't be looking at buying this market, only if this 80 can start turning up, but otherwise sell the pullbacks. Do not try and be a euro. Keeks, anything from your side before we get our guest?
Yeah, my trades are all pretty spot on with Chris. I actually have quite a few areas I can really get tapped in for some trades today. So I was actually talking to a few people. I've had a very, very good week, even good 2 weeks. So I'm not gonna like over trade today. I might just look at what are like the best option out of the 3 or 4 that there are, and stick with that for the day. So yeah, I do, like Chris said, today can be a very, very good day. Some very nice trades to play out, especially after what happened yesterday. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated with if I enter anything, but yeah, I've got my alerts set in place,
guys. And then without further ado, can I please ask you guys just to stand up, put a hand of applause together for
Chris
our special.
Is also, you're gonna have to unmute yourself on Zoom, eh?
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah, so you can hear you.
Alright guys, without further ado, our special guest, the one and only Baloney from Benoni, Hein van Deventer, making an entrance now into the chat. I don't know if you guys can see him, that hunk right there, the guy with the baby face, but the personality of Chuck Norris. Now I'm kidding guys, Hein, a very good friend of ours. You guys would have seen him on the streams quite a couple of times. He's a local guy, and I still told you guys I wanted to bring Hein on to talk about his journey as well, because a lot of times we do not give enough credit to the local guys. I don't know why there's that stigma that nothing good comes out of Port Elizabeth. There's a lot of very good traders here. Maybe we don't market as well as the scammers in Cape Town and Joburg and in the rest KZN. But one thing we do know how to do is we know how to trade, and we do know how to take the piss out of scammers. But anyway, Hein, welcome.
The big boys in the house.
Morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me. How are you guys?
No, we're good. Good. I luckily didn't see how we started the stream, but yeah, that's just. Oh, you saw.
You're not going to be collateral damage this time.
Yeah, don't stress.
Don't bring me into these things.
Let me
Wait, if
just
you're going to
see.
bring me into these things, at least give me a mask first.
No. So that was just a little outside joke, guys. But we've got Hein on, and Hein, I think before we start, like I don't even know, like were you always from P or were you from somewhere else?
So I actually grew up in a small town just outside P, Grahamstown. I was actually born here in PE, but yeah, I grew up in Grahamstown for the first 18 years, and then just after school I moved to PE.
Basically after high school.
Yeah, after high school, I moved to PE. Straight after high school, I matriculated in 2020, start of 2021 Feb. Got a house here and yeah, moved in.
So just also, obviously we can, I don't know if you'll talk about it later, but didn't you actually go to Cape Town for a while when you did your golf thing?
Yeah, so if you guys joined the stream with Garen on as well, you would he spoke about him being part of a golf school. So funny enough, and I'm actually going to quickly touch on that for like part of my story as well. So basically in 2018 I decided to pursue golf. That was still when I was in grade 10, and moved over to Cape Town. Whole family went over, and then I went to the golf school, which was basically it was only about 3 hours of school a day, and then after school at 1 it was gym or you had golf. So yeah, so I was there for about a year, and then I lived in a student house which my parents actually ran, and then in the house I met Garen. Garen stayed about 2 rooms next to me, and that's where I got to know Garen, and we built a bit of a friendship there. Obviously, it wasn't too much of a friendship because he was out of school and I was in school, so you know, like how the hierarchy works. So we weren't best of mates, but yeah, that's how I got to know Garen. And then 2019, grade 11, after the studies and then school didn't go too well, I moved back to Grahamstown, back to St Andrews, where I matriculated. So I was at St Andrews for my whole school career, apart from 2018.
Oh, okay.
So you were St Andrews boyki.
Yeah.
Hein, so that's something guys I know, like Hein initially wanted to pursue getting his pro card in golf, so he's actually a good golfer. I don't know why. I only found this out, when was it we spoke here at the office? Was it a month ago, 2-3 weeks ago? I was like, what, Hein? So if you guys are looking for a partner, if you guys are playing local competitions or golf days, Hein, you guys can book him 10,000 Rand a round. I will be the first guy booking him. We're starting that service as well, boosting your handicap. Anyways,
You'll have me to drive your golf cart.
It was actually quite funny. So the first time I met Chris, not even knowing who he was when I actually moved over to PE. I moved over for a job in the pro shop at PE Golf Club. And the first time I met Chris was checking him in at golf. And then the other day, I met Chris a few months back, and I walked into the office and I'm like, okay, I know you, but you don't know me, and I know you, like, I know you from golf, so I know you play golf. So Chris is also the keen golfer.
yeah, so if you're a bad trader, you play a lot of golf, so my trading has improved and I'm not playing a lot of golf, so you guys should keep me off the golf course. The more golf I play, the less I trade. Hein, but tell us the story. Obviously, starting back, and I think that is why I honestly wanted to get you on. You never really went the self-funded route where a lot of guys started trying to flip accounts. You actually, how you made your breakthrough in trading was with funded accounts. So before we go through the entire funded account thing, when you started your first funding challenge, was there any like mental block? Because I've seen it even with myself five years ago. For me, it's like you can trade, but as soon as you start that funding challenge, it's like you don't have a brain anymore. You just catch on the biggest nonsense. How was it for you when you started that journey off with going for that first funded account?
So it's actually pretty funny, Chris. So yes, I actually think of myself as a hypocrite today because I preach what I didn't do. So obviously I learned from my mistakes. So when I started trading, I learned about trading in matric already in grade 12, and dabbled a bit there. Never really actually opened up a live account, and then only really took trading on full time end of 2020. And then Garen was actually my first mentor, helped me through a few things. Because obviously, you know, when you don't have a mentor and you don't know anyone around you trading, it's kind of like you and YouTube videos, and you guys form quite a bond. So I saw I saw some adverts about funding companies, asked Garen a bit about funding companies, said no, these things are cool. You must try one when you get profitable, but start out with the smallest one. And I'm like, okay, cool. Went on the FTMO's website. This was start of 2021. And then got into the free trial, but I thought, no, I'm gonna do that $200,000, not the challenge, but the free trial. Did the free trial, and by my luck, I passed it like within 2 days. And I'm like, okay, if this was this easy, I'm doing a 200K funded challenge. So keep in mind, before I did the 200K challenge, I have never been profitable in my life. Like, I've had $1,000 account, I've had a $3,000 account, I put quite a bit of money into trading, and I never came out profitable once. So here I am doing a $200,000 funding challenge with no backing whatsoever. And by the grace, I passed it. Surprisingly, it was like one of the best moments of my life. Passed it, and even got to the payout was $8,500. So it was really one of those things, like, I don't even know how it happened. Looking back, it's really just luck. Passed the challenge and quit my job, actually. Passed the challenge, made like way more than my yearly salary, because I was earning like $8,000 a month where I was working. And then made $8,500, quit my job. And then immediately after I quit my job, I lost my funded account. And so from there, it was all grinding to get back another funded account. So I've actually never done a funding challenge under 100K before. So I've never actually gone small. I always have been about big accounts, which is actually, I wish I did do the small ones, because they really do help form like confidence. But ever since then, funded accounts have always been my thing. I have had a few big private accounts, but not very long. I usually deposit it, make a quick buck here and then withdraw it. Otherwise, most of my career has been with funding challenges.
Talking about, let's start off with quitting your job and then all of a sudden losing your funding account. Tell me about the mental aspect of how did you get through that? Because all of a sudden it is like you quitting your job. Everyone's like, oh, he thinks he's going to trade now. And it's like maybe the people are right, the naysayers. How did you get through that? Because I even remember back in the day when I quit my job, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Got knocked, not myself, but had to bail out family members, this and that. And I'm thinking like, shit, I was worried about myself being financially okay. Now I need to help family members that are basically down and out. How did you get through that? Because that, I think, is the most difficult thing, because if you're trading part-time, you still have that base of a salary or income, and then everything you get from trading is just over and above. But when trading becomes the main thing, how do you get through that mentally? Because I think that is the one side guys don't realize. They want to trade full-time, but when it becomes your bread and butter, it is a completely different psychological game.
Look, I think it's a bit of a bittersweet story. Why I say that is kind of like, I'm actually kind of happy it happened the way it did, because then I would have never made a mental shift and would have never been the trader I am today. So if I do, that's the sweet part of it. The bitter part of it is like, I kind of do wish I hung on to my job a bit longer, just to have that bit of security, even though it wasn't much, because like all of us know, trading is such a mental thing. So it doesn't matter how good your strat is, if your mentality is wrong, you're not going to be profitable, and it's been proven over and over again. So honestly, I wouldn't change the way it happened, because of what it turned me into. And but how I got through it, it's a difficult story, because it definitely put me in a depressive state, had a lot of anxiety, went on antidepressants, and to be a 19, 20-year-old, at this point, a 19-year-old with stress about becoming a millionaire because you just quit your job and you're going to trade full time and it's your only income. It's kind of like one of those, you have to rethink your whole life at 19 already. So it was very, thinking back, it was quite bad. In the moment, it didn't seem as bad because I just went on with life. I kind of had the attitude that I knew it was going to come right at some point. And yeah, so it was kind of just living below my means, like a lot below my means, trying to save money where I can. So yeah, getting through it is difficult because you kind of live in the moment and you think about, okay, what's going to happen tomorrow? What if there's an emergency tomorrow? I don't have enough money for this. Because at the end of the day, the end goal was to get another funded account and get another withdrawal just so that I can, be secure for the next few months as well. Yeah, so for me, going full time, and that's really something I want to touch on as well, because look, trading nowadays, everything is psychological to me. Like even with my students, we end up having a 1 hour Zoom call where it's supposed to be 1 hour of learning the market, but I mean, then it becomes 95% psychology because I'm just so passionate about it because I know what it can put people through. But I think for anyone that wants to go full time, it's a great dream to have. Just know if you don't do it strategically, you will put yourself back in life and in your trading.
Yeah, so Hein, a question from my side that I think the viewers might help with is, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty in the prop firm industry at the moment, and like you said, your whole career has basically been prop firms. It's what's made you, it's been the base of your foundation and so forth. I'm someone as well, my breakthrough, if you want to say, came through prop firms. With what's going on in the industry at this point in time, do you think differently about prop firms, or do you still have a very similar input on them?
So honestly, with the whole prop firm thing that happened with my Forex funds, I think it's okay that I can mention their name. I wouldn't say my mindset has changed over prop firms. I am very careful now, so I do try to diversify. So if you're gonna try get all your accounts in with one funded company, I wouldn't suggest it. It was fine in the past, I think, but I think a lot of gurus and whatever mentors would tell you to diversify now, just in case one goes down. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it is a funding company, but it's also a general business, and businesses go down, every single day. So I think definitely diversifying your funded accounts, not just having all of your funded accounts with the one. That's very important. And then secondly, as well, is I think the biggest problem with funded companies nowadays is that the companies nowadays is kind of they sell this idea that they pay you, and you are now supposed to live off your monthly payments or your monthly payouts like a salary. So my thing is, if you can get a few withdrawals, don't now go and put that into your bank account and leave it there. Put that money into a private account, because at the end of the day, I think the goal is actually to have the 200, 300, 400, 2 million, whatever dollars in self-funded, because then you don't have the rules. On the other side, starting with funding accounts is a great way to learn discipline, because if you have $100,000 in an account, I mean, remember, like, trading isn't just for those people that want to get rich. Trading is also for people that already have the money and are just looking for another basket for their eggs. So, I mean, you've got people on the lower end blowing 1,000, 2,000 Rand accounts, but then you've got people coming in blowing 100,000 Rand accounts, 200,000 Rand accounts, because they've got that money to blow. So they don't have that discipline yet, and you aren't going to have that discipline of a funding company before you actually do the funded challenge, because nowhere else are you going to get preached to only risk 1%, 2%. You've got a max daily drawdown of 5%, max drawdown of 10%. You've got that whole full account to play with, and it's not a problem, but it becomes a problem when you don't have the knowledge of discipline in these markets. But coming back to your question, it's kind of, for me, is funded companies are a great business model to empower traders to kind of build their capital if they don't have enough of it, because it's difficult and it takes quite a long time to build up some capital. I mean, flipping accounts is one thing, but it's not an everyday thing for everyone to do. So yeah, funding companies are great, diversify, and I think you'd be fine because I don't think all of them are going to go down at once. And stick with the big ones. Stick with the credible ones, because at the end of the day, you think you're going to go for a small one that's not going to get hit by anything, but it's usually those, they're not big for a reason because they're just not as good. Just how it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm going back to the anxiety thing, and weirdly enough, we spoke about it in the office. I never knew I also struggled with anxiety, and I actually shared my story. I think it was last year, beginning of last year, if I'm not mistaken. I had a massive, I actually thought it was a heart attack, but it was actually a panic attack after I got tests done and all of that. And went to the specialist, and he said, like, dude, you need to shut down, because my entire thing was, I would never shut down. From the morning, from 7, I'm on the markets. Evenings for like an hour or two, I spent time with my family, back on the charts, working, all of that. And he said, like, dude, you need to have that thing of where you break away from the charts. And I told Hein, like, I always thought like I could handle pressure, because coming from my previous job as a structural engineer, you were like pressured from the morning till the evening, and I thought I could handle pressure well. But then anxiety came along, and it's not something like you switch on and off. It is literally, you will be driving in the car and you will literally get like this flare up of your anxiety. It feels like you getting a heart attack, feels like you're getting a stroke. And that is something I think guys don't necessarily always talk about, the mental health, and not just in trading. I'm talking in life in general. Like, if you think about how fast-paced life has become, like even just being a parent of 2 kids, being a husband, being a father, all of that. So we talked about it the other day as well, about the anxiety thing. I know, for instance, like Laz, that's also in the chat, he's also talked about anxiety, and it's something I think as men, for some reason, we don't want to share or talk about it, because we actually make ourselves look weak, if I can call it that. But that is something that's real, and without you even knowing it, there's a lot of guys struggling with anxiety and depression around you, and it's not something we talk openly about. And I don't know if it's because we're ashamed of it, but I talked openly about it, because for me, the first time experiencing it, I thought, like, what the heck is happening? Like, I'm even on medication for anxiety. And again, Hein can tell you as well, it's not something that you switch on and off. It's not like one morning you get anxiety and you like just switch it off, like today's going to be a good day. But Hein, let's talk a little bit deeper about that. I know you've also been fighting that. How's that going?
Yeah, so yes, it actually came as a bat in the face. So I also like to talk openly about it, because everyone does struggle with a bit of anxiety or depression once in their life. They might not call it that, but it does chemically happen to everyone, I think, because everyone goes through some ups and downs one time in their life. So at the end of the day, I think for me, coming back to how we as men try to hide it or try to just put it down, I think it's because we kind of like, we programmed in that way, because we always taught to be disciplined. It doesn't matter how you feel, you have to do what you have to do. It doesn't matter if you feel if you feel shitty the one day, it doesn't matter. You get up and you go do your work. And obviously dealing with it just like Chris is, I did a lot of research on it, and it's a weird thing, because anxiety is something that you're supposed to have. It's like it's an emotion, like happy or sad or angry. It's something that you're supposed to just deal with, meaning you're just supposed to let it be, and it's difficult because it doesn't feel nice. But it's honestly, it's so weird, because everyone has it differently. Like Chris says, he thinks he's got heart attacks. I thought I'm going to have a heart attack as well. I had good reasoning for believing that, because I drink a lot of caffeine, or I did drink a lot of caffeine, like Red Bulls, Monsters, coffee. and I started having heart palpitations and sweating and just sudden urges, and then self-derealization and depersonalization. Now, what those two things are is essentially you find everything around you doesn't feel real, or you start thinking that you aren't real. Everything is like you've got a glass bubble over everything. It's quite one of the scariest things I've ever had to go through in my life, and I still go through it sometimes today, is where you're literally talking to someone and all of a sudden your brain tells you, listen, are you actually here? So it's a very, very common problem with past trauma and with anxiety, but it's definitely something that needs to be talked more about in the Forex industry. Reason being is Forex is already a play on your emotions, because as humans, we hate being judged on our decisions being wrong or right. I mean, if you're wrong in the Forex market, you feel like an asshole. It's just one of those things. You might not have emotions towards your trades, great, and you've gotten to the point where you're cold towards not marrying a trade, which is great. But no one can tell me that when they win a trade or when they lose a trade, they don't feel that emotion that comes along with it. That's just impossible. We are humans. That is what happens. So coming to what happened with me is kind of trading for your bread and butter. So I've been trading full time for just over 2 years now. It's honestly, it's something you are going to have to deal with, because it's not always going to go your way. So definitely one thing is having the people around you that do know, or that support you, and not, having the right people around you. And I mean, that's preached 24/7 by every single motivational speaker, but it's very, very important. And I mean, I'm going to keep saying it to everyone. The people around you, they are going to be who you are in the next 5 years. And that's like a common saying. So yeah, so anxiety is actually it's a scary thing, but it's something that you have to go through. You always say you grow through what you go through. So you kind of have to experience it to be more grateful for what you have when you just have a normal day, and have it like a day that you don't have anxiety. And that's one thing that struck me, is just to have a bit more gratitude in life for what you have, because your trading might not be going the best, or you might not have the money you want now, or you might not have the car, the house, or the wife, or the life you want now. But if you can't be grateful for the little, you would never be able to be grateful for the overflow. So for me, I saw a quote the other day. It said, what success means to this person who was like a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. And he said success to him was never the money, and it was never the materialistic items. It was the fact that when his children grew up, they would choose to spend time with him over their friends. And that really hit me hard. Is like, I keep chasing personally, and I'm a culprit of this. I keep chasing the next car, the next house, the next materialistic item. But if I look back at what I have and what I had and what I have now, I'm not happier now than what I was then. I might have the nicer car and the nicer house, but I'm not happier. And I think all of us. I'm putting this on quite long now, but it's so important that people just understand that the materialistic items are great and nice and fun, but they are never going to define your happiness. So yeah, that's very important to me.
How do you deal with your anxiety, Hein?
So, look, a big part of my anxiety is not much the feeling, but it's the whole depersonalization, derealization things that I just spoke about. So there oftentimes in the day, and a few weeks ago it was 24/7. It was walking around not knowing if I'm real, not walking around not knowing if everything around me is real. And after doing a lot of research, you kind of just have to let it be. And I was put on pills, threw them in the fire, because there's nothing wrong with you. It's not a medical problem. It might be like a chemical imbalance in your brain, like serotonin or something like that. But if you have anxiety or depression, right? It's usually a past problem mixed with future problems. Meaning, anxiety usually forms one of two things, or from one of two things. It's post-trauma or past trauma, and it's the fear of the future. So, and if you have those two hand in hand, it can really break you because you don't like your past and you don't think your future is going to be great either. So what the hell are you living for? So for me, it's definitely just letting it be, and it's not easy. It's not, letting it be is not going to make it easier, but letting be is going to rewire and reprogram your brain just to be okay with it. Because like when you're happy, you're okay with it. When you're sad, yeah, it's fine, but you do kind of know you're not going to be sad all the time. Just like anxiety. Anxiety does bring up things like heart palpitations, which isn't your heart, or sweats, or weird things like what I'm talking about with the depersonalization, derealization. But if you train your brain just to be okay with it and tell it, it doesn't matter what comes my way, I will be fine, I'm not going to die, then after doing that for a longer period of time, you are actually going to forget about it and be fine. And when the anxiety comes, you know that it's, you take control of that thought and it will not overpower you.
The weird thing is, we actually talked about it as well, is when I went to go and see my doctor to get medicated as well, is like, there comes a time when you have anxiety about the anxiety. She told me, like, you literally get anxiety because you're thinking about that feeling you're gonna get when you actually get anxiety. So it's like this vicious circle, and I don't even know how to explain to guys that haven't had anxiety, but it's literally you dread that feeling so much that it actually brings on the anxiety, and then when you actually get the anxiety, it's made worse. And it's this mental thing of, it is not even the anxiety or the panic attack you're getting, it's literally you just so scared of that feeling. And for instance, I don't know why, but when I drive, that is usually when I get triggered, and it's because of that. You're in the traffic, you can't get out of your car. Sometimes it just feels like you want to stand up or get out of the car, and you feel like crammed in, and you get that anxiety, and now all of a sudden you're stuck in traffic, you can't pull the car over, you're in the middle of the highway or wherever. And that is the thing as well, where Hein was talking about it, of letting be. So for instance, when that comes on, or when you're facing that, because the thing is, guys, people are going through serious stuff in life. Like I mentioned yesterday to you guys, you thinking your biggest battle is to become profitable. There's guys struggling with autoimmune diseases, like the one guy on our stream. For the last 7 years, he's been struggling with autoimmune disease, and literally just having a half a day or having a good night's sleep is basically him having gratitude for that. And yeah, we thinking as traders, the biggest battle we fighting is to get our next paycheck, where there's a lot more to life. That's why I always tell you guys, there's a lot more to life than trading. Like trading should be enjoyable. If you know what you're doing, it shouldn't be a case of you stressing, you sitting here, it's like you don't know what you're doing. But again, coming back to what Hein said, and if you go back to some of the most successful people in life, the common thread, I've read a lot of books as well, because my thing always was like, let's say for instance Hein is successful, I can also be successful. There's nothing different between myself and Hein, but obviously what's different is his habits. So then I would go study the habits of successful people. What are they doing on a daily basis? What is their mindset? How are they approaching situations? And one of the, let me call it the golden thread, was gratitude. Because gratitude at the end of the day is what's going to determine how you perceive an outcome. Because a lot of guys will look at an outcome and look at all of the negative. That thing of where Tony Robbins says life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. So that trial and tribulation you are facing, that is potentially to sharpen you up, to build your character, to take you to that next level. So it's not always a case of life is against me. We always talk about it, that test you're going through is ultimately your testimony at the end of the day. You went through a test, and now somebody else that's going through it, you've got a story now to tell. So with me in trading as well, if I didn't have experience, if I didn't lose everything in trading, if I didn't make money in trading, if I haven't gone through trials and tribulations, how can you guys tune in and listen to me, but I don't have the story to tell or the test? I haven't gone through the test, so I don't have a testimony. So that perception of a situation or of an outcome should not determine who you are as a person. Again, that does not determine your worth. The car you drive, the money you have, that does not determine the value of you as Hein, me as Chris, Keegan. It's not, that does not determine who you are as a person, because at the end of the day, when we go into the grave, we go into the grave with nothing. We come into this world, like the Bible says, we come into this world with nothing. We're going to leave this world with nothing as well. So there's a lot more to life than just the charts, chasing money, chasing that car. And I think for some weird reason, people have this misconstrued conception about following what's happening on IG, and you trying to determine your worth based on what the next IG guru is doing.
I think touching on people in the stream that do struggle with anxiety or any type of just stress, I think the best advice I've ever been given was actually by my pastor. It might not be nice, but cold showers in the morning, it's the most insane way to just clear your mind completely. I'm telling you, it's one of the worst feelings I've ever had to go through, but now it's like a daily thing. It's just it's amazing what it does to your brain. It's amazing what it does for your body. And then the 3 points that I do want to touch on quickly on how to relieve stress and what's been happening with me and how I've learned to deal with it. It's like Chris said, gratitude, faithfulness, having the faith that this will pass as well, and humility. Humility is a big thing, because if you constantly holding yourself on this pedestal to other people and you constantly trying to uphold the other people's opinions of you, you're going to stretch yourself out over what other people think about you. And at the end of the day, they are not living your life. You have to live your life. You have to go through what you go through, and people don't actually care. If you have the nice car, if you have the nice house, if you've got money, I'm happy for you, great. But if you cannot be humble with that, then at the end of the day, people aren't going to care when you're gone.
Chad, Wim Hof brew. I love my cold showers. Yeah, I also love them. I think we're gonna head over to the chat, and I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions to Hein. A little bit of a deeper guest that we've got on, touching a little bit more like the technicals of trading, and that is one thing, but the psychological impact of just life in general. And that's why I said one of the reasons we started these streams was I wanted to impact lives. And again, it comes back, weirdly enough, we refer back to the Bible, and maybe we can touch a little bit on faith as well. But there's a Bible verse that talks about it is better to give than to receive. And I only realized that once you get a child, or you bring a child into this world, then you realize that it is much better to give than to receive. So for me, the feeling of giving, or at least inspiring one person in the chat, or one person that's on his trading journey, like even, let's say for instance, my destiny is to inspire one guy in the chat to do something great, like just that one seed. Maybe, I don't know what my destiny is, but do not, how can I say, do not downplay the fact that you could be the guy that impacted one person, and that one person went on to change a lot of lives. You maybe only changed 1 or 2 lives, but you impacted one person that went out to impact a lot of people. So that is why I always say relationships, coming back to relationships, very important. I believe that the relationships you are in, your friends, your girlfriend, whoever it is, they have the ability to impact your destiny. And I'm a firm believer in destiny, and the people you surround yourself with can ultimately either alter your destiny into something completely different, or they can steer you into the right path. That's why people that are around me, or people that's within my circle, you would know I'm not expending any energy if you're talking negatively about yourself, about your situation. I will listen to your situation. It's fine. You can tell me the sad story. We're going to listen to it. And then after that, I'm going to ask you, okay, what's your plan? If you don't have a plan, then I don't want to hear your story. Like, you can tell me the sad story, but then you should tell me, all right, Chris, my plan is I'm in debt. I'm going to work 2 jobs. I'm going to live below my means. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to do this for year 1. I'm going to do this for year 2. For year 3, I'm going to do this. And then I'm like, great, let's move forward. But like Eric Thomas said, everything in life expends energy. And if somebody's stealing your energy, if Hein is constantly getting negative energy from me, or I'm expending negative energy on Hein should cut me off, because that is effectively affecting him negatively. So maybe this is for somebody in the chat. You need to cut some relationships out in your life. People stealing your energy, people that's not taking you to the next level, people that are not basically supporting you, people that you need to wind up. I think Hein would know this. Pastor Keegan always talks about it. Like, he can't be the guy constantly trying to wind you up. There gets a stage to where you need to be like, fuck, I'm going to start waking up. I'm going to tune into the streams. I'm going to apply myself to my trading, apply myself to my job. You might be working the same job for 5 years. You haven't had a breakthrough, but you're still applying yourself. That breakthrough is still going to come. A lot of times your breakthrough is maybe only due in 10 years time, but you never stop grinding. You never stop giving that 100% as you go through it. So Chad, let's get some questions in the chat for Hein. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Any questions for Hein that you guys want to ask? Keegs, I don't know if there was some. Oh yeah, Hein, go ahead.
Sorry, Chris. I was chatting to Keegs last night as well in the gym, and I actually had the plan of coming in and honestly talking majority about psychology, because I feel it's one of my strong points. I feel like I've got my edges. One of my biggest edges in the Forex market is my psychology and my mental state. I wouldn't say my mindset would be better than anyone else's when it comes to life, but when it comes to the emotions you do need in your toolkit for trading, I feel that I do have. So touching on that, just adding on to that, all of us are going to go through difficult times, I think. And what I want you guys to know is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're going through now in your trading. I'm going to focus on trading now. It doesn't matter what you guys are going through now. Just know that you are not different to anyone that is doing better than you. You can't compare your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 14. And that's one thing that I really do try to get across to people. And the biggest thing that I find like affects people with social media, because we watch all these gurus post their morning routines, and then they wake up at 5 o'clock and then they're walking, then they have sunshine in their eyes, and then they're drinking the next, I don't know, electrolyte drink, and then they on the treadmill, then a cold shower, then email, then a book, and then this, and by the end of the day they haven't even breathed their first breath yet, and they're done with, they've opened up a company or something like that. So if I had to give you the biggest thing biggest like word of advice for trading, try to limit your social media and try to limit who you do follow. Follow legit people follow, like Chris said, follow the people that you would want to exchange lives with. Don't follow people that you wouldn't want to exchange lives with, because then at the end of the day, you aren't impacting yourself nicely and in a good way. It's just how it is.
On first question in the chat from B-Lip or Blip, I don't know, BLIPP CPR. And did you ever doubt yourself and ever wanted to give up?
This year, actually, the start of this year, I wanted to throw in the socks. So Keegan will know, probably I had my biggest month in January and didn't have one profitable month from Jan all the way up into June or July, I think. And within that 4-month period, I think I wanted to quit trading about 4 times. And it was actually quite funny being in the trading industry for 3 years already and having to switch up strategies because you think you're not good enough. It's one of the scariest things to go through, because I would say the start of this year was probably, I felt more new to trading than I felt when I was actually new to trading. So that was very scary. So yeah, I did definitely want to give up. And thanks to, just everyone around me, I did not. And some personal discipline as well, just fixing my life in a few areas. Yeah, everything's going pretty well again.
But I mean, I think that might have been also like tough as well. The fact, like you said, it wasn't a case of, I think we all go through it. You have the downs in that, but like with you in the situation, that down period it literally came after the best month you've ever had. Like, how was that? It's like almost like you literally hit the high of highs, you're on top of the world, and then you just went over that cliff. Like, I think that also must have made it a bit even more worse.
It's such mixed emotions, because you make enough in 1 month to sustain your lifestyle for about 6 months, and in those 4-6 months where you've got enough money to live, you still stress because you're not earning an income. Now, I'm going to be open and honest. The only income that I have is trading, and then mentorship and signals and whatever. So trading is a big thing for me. I do literally trade for my bread and butter. It's obviously my plans to have other things, but that's coming. But for me, it was just like, what am I going to do if I don't have a profitable month in the next year? What am I going to do? I'm going to have to find a job again. And it's not that I was ever struggling with money, because I did have a pretty good 2022. I had a very, very good 2022, good 2023 January. So I had sustained myself for actually a couple of years to live a pretty decent average lifestyle. But I was still stressing. And thankfully enough, also this was like by luck, at that point I had a live 200k, and I had a really good month in January, and something inside of me just said, okay, rather don't trade as much on your live account and try do another challenge. And I took 2 losses on the 200k, went down to about 2-3% down, and then started a new challenge at 300k. Then what happened was I actually got my 200k back to break even and left it. And I only started trading that 200k live about a month ago again. And in between that live account and where I am now, I've gone through 4 300ks challenges. I've only passed one of them, got it live, blew it. And I've done 100 and 200k, which I'm still busy with, almost done, thankfully. But it's been a roller coaster, but luckily it's top form nowadays. So, and I think it's all to do with the people around me. So I'm very grateful for that.
Lucian Leopard, what prop firms are you funded with?
So I've got a 200k live with FTMO, and then I've got a 100k and a 200k challenge. The 200k is 2% away from being past the phase 1, and the 100k is also about 2% away from being past phase 1. So hopefully by the end of next month, should be half a mil in funding. Hopefully, if everything goes well.
And the 100k and the 200k, who you doing that with?
Sorry, the funded trader with those two.
Yeah.
Guys, just be careful for the funded trader. I've told you guys, Eastern Tech, a lot of weird shit happening there, but we'll talk about it a little bit later on stream. So I'm not saying anything bad about them, just be aware. Eastern Tech, the holding company of the funded trader Level Up Society that closed down, Rocket 21, there's a lot of stuff happening there, so just be very careful. It comes back to Hein saying, make sure you're diversified. RR asking, Hein, how would you go about not wasting your day? Sometimes I find myself getting distracted and I have to start all over again, and I don't care starting over, but how could I fix that?
So trading full time or being in front of the charts 24/7 is one of the worst things I think you can do. I think when you go full time, you tend to look at the charts 24/7. Literally, you're on the charts, you're watching a YouTube video on the side, then you're on the charts. And let's be honest, no one has a strategy here that needs looking at the charts 24/7. It's just unfortunately one of those things. Why are we doing this? Would be the question I asked you, is like, why are we doing this? We're doing this for freedom. We're doing this we don't want to be delegated. We want to delegate our life. So why are we doing this? We're doing this for more time with our loved ones. We're doing this for more freedom to see our friends. We're doing this for more freedom for other business ventures. We're doing this for more freedom to do literally anything we want at any given time. So sometimes we do get into the rut of, okay, what am I supposed to do now today? I'm just going to scroll through Instagram for the rest of the day while I wait for a trade. Honestly, get yourself, like, if you're really in a rut, get yourself a laptop if you can, or just, if you do have a laptop, get out of your house. And that's one thing I still struggle to today, is because I always feel like, I'm going to miss this trade, I'm going to miss that trade. Guaranteed you're not going to miss the trade if you have a laptop with you or you should have the charts in front of you. Get out, see your loved ones, spend more time with your loved ones and your friends. Honestly, live the freedom, because what's the point of working towards the freedom and you can't even enjoy it while you don't have what you want? So my thing was always like, okay, so we're going to grind until we can have freedom. But trading is so nice that while we're working and while we trying to build up, our wealth in trading, we can already have the freedom because we don't have to be on the charts 24/7. So honestly, start a side hustle. It's never a bad idea. Investing in yourself as well, doing a new course on something you didn't know. Maybe you don't know a lot about taxes or business or whatever. Do like a side thing on Udemy. Udemy is an online course website. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and there's literally nothing wrong with sometimes also just chilling out. If you come on a Friday, there's no trades and you don't want to go out, chill, watch a bit of Netflix, play a bit of games. Like, honestly, I'm not going to be one of those guys that tell you must grind 24/7 and burn yourself out. Have some fun. You are trading and you are doing this for a reason. So live your freedom.
Yeah, I think also adding to like what Hein's saying there, I think as traders, I think a nice thing to do is get yourself a hobby. So when there's those times where you'd want to chill out or you want to do something, or even like the days where, like today, let's just say like for example now, yes, there's going to be moves. If you miss the move, now you sit just staring at the trade all day. That's where you get FOMO, because you feel you're missing something and you take half-assed entries and you get clapped. If it doesn't meet your criteria, walk away from the charts and go do your hobby. And that's why I think that whole thing, it keeps you away from the charts. It prevents you from doing something stupid and come back the next day and go again. But having that hobby, if it's reading a book, going to the gym, playing games, do something. But that hobby, I think, also keeps you busy as well.
No, definitely.
Alex DeLange, question here for you, Hein. Alex DeLange, what strategy have you been implementing, and how does the process of changing things to maintain profitability go? Because it's amazing you kept headstrong for 4 months of losses.
So my answer to that would be, so what I was trading last year, it's completely different to what I'm trading now, surprising enough. So last year I was trading key levels like what Keegs does, and also trading Asia highs, Asia lows, very, very simple. And it was kind of after all like after the year of profitability and January, it was kind of, I just couldn't see my setup every day. So even after back testing, after doing all those things, I fell into this rut of kind of it. I know exactly what it's supposed to do here, but I would doubt myself. It's where my emotions came into play. So what I tried to find then is, okay, this is going to be a big change for me, but how can I find something that's mechanically proven to work so that I don't have to involve any emotions, so that there doesn't have to be, either or. I don't have to now go to a completely different strategy. And weirdly enough, I went back to SMC, which I do trade now, and I'm loving it. I actually started off trading SMC, and that's how I got my first 200k. And it's actually a bit of a testimony. So I was going through all these losses and losses and losses, and then all of a sudden, I was listening to Alex Hormozy. He's one of my idols when it comes to agencies and marketing and stuff. He actually said something, just go back to basics. And I'm like, but like everyone says that. Every under 13A rugby coach said back to the basics. I'm like, that can't be. And the one day I decided, I actually chatted to Jay because he trades SMC, and I obviously do know how SMC works. It's not like I had to learn a whole new strategy. And I started SMC, and it's actually a pretty good testimony. Since I started SMC probably about 4 months ago, I have not lost a single trade. And maybe it's just a short-term thing. I would never know. Maybe it's how I'm supposed to trade. My thing is, it's so nice and mechanical for me now. And coming back to your question there, Alex, is how I do trade SMC now. And implementing it was very easy because it's mechanical to rule-based. You never have a either or moment in the market. If something happens, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. You never get that point in where you're like, okay, should I not? And that's what I teach to my students as well, is you have to be objective. There's nothing subjective about this market. There is when it comes to the different strategies, but when it comes to your strategy, you have to be as objective as possible, because as soon as the emotions start getting involved, your probability starts, I wouldn't say becoming less, but if you can't roll a dice with 5 sides and then all of a sudden roll a dice with 6 sides and have the same probability, you might win the same amount, but the probability does change. So again, this trading is a game of probability. So how can I implement something that's rule-based and mechanical so that I never have doubts? And even if I do have doubts, they're not valid, because you have a rule for every single thing. And so that was kind of what changed my 2023 for me.
I think we're gonna do one more question, guys. Before we head over, give Hein a follow. Hein_fun_Deventer. Give him a follow. He's that big buff guy. Looks small on Zoom, but he's actually got legs like you wouldn't believe. But before we go on to Jock Hill's question, so Jock is asking, trading SMC, do you wait for your key zones to be mitigated and then execute from there, or do you trade in sessions and analyze what the market gives to you?
Let me just quickly read the question over, Chris. Do you wait for key zones to be mitigated and then execute from there, or do you trade in sessions and analyze what the market gives to you? So essentially, what I trade is I use the daily and the 4 hour to identify where I am in the market. So obviously with SMC, I did see someone ask there, what is SMC? SMC, let me just quickly touch there. SMC is called Smart Money Concepts. So essentially it's just market structure and mixed with supply and demand and order blocks. It's not a very difficult term. It's a fancy name for something very easy. It's like all the basics that you learn, high highs, high lows, and just marking them out in a specific way. So coming back to Jacques' question, I use the daily and the 4 hours, my higher time frames, just to indicate where I am in the market, if I'm bullish or bearish, if I'm within a higher time free POI, point of interest. And then I only use the 15-minute to take entries off of. So I only take reversal trades off of POIs, higher time frame POIs, and if we have not reached the POI yet, then I will take trades continuing into that POI. So that's kind of just like a short explanation. And I only take so I only use limits. Sorry, I don't wait for confirmation. What my confirmation would be a liquidity buildup on the 15-minute.
So, and then shortly after that, you'll see a rocket launch out of your garage after the POI, PPI, CPI, WOP hits the key zone. Listen, when I checked Smart Money Concepts the first time, like I told you guys, I'm always intrigued as to what people use, and I think in my 8 years I've maybe spent like 300,000 Rand on courses and stuff, because I was always looking at what is out there, like how can I refine what I do. If I see somebody's doing well, I want to see what they are doing. And when I saw SMC for the first time, and I was like, what the heck, I just liked the way the charts looked, and there's liquidity build up, and there's a POI, and there's something being mitigated, and there's sell side liquidity, and there's buy side liquidity. And yeah, didn't work for me. Weirdly enough, when I traded order blocks the first time, I literally just went on a 4 hour. I looked at where was the last, let's say for instance in a bullish market, let's say this was a 4 hour chart, I would literally just look for the last down candle before a structure broke, and I traded it like a zombie, made a lot of money, and then when I actually knew how to trade it, I couldn't trade it. It was when I just traded it like very simplistic like this, I made a lot of money. I still remember, you can ask Jean-Pierre, I phoned him and I sent him charts every day, making like $1,000-$2,000 a day, and I'm like, dude, we found the holy grail. And the deeper I went into SMC, the less profitable I became. Byron, what is SMC? All right.
Oh, we did all.
SMC is Smart Money Concepts. You have to have a smartphone and you need to have an IQ above 90. Otherwise, you can't use that.
SMC is the only holy grail. I'm joking.
Does Hein have a YouTube? No, but he's got an OnlyFans. I'll send you guys the link. Might have to replay this one later over the weekend. All right, guys. Any other questions while we've got Hein on here? Keeks, anything you still want to ask Hein?
So when is the sports car coming so you can match with those other influencer traders?
Oh, I'm gonna be the next J Money. Watch me pulling up in my McLaren with a Toyota engine. No, so I actually next year. So my car's motor plan is up the start of next year, January, Feb, and then next car would be coming probably Feb, start of March, and then so it's kind of, my plan is the plan for success is to have a reasonably good sports car start of next year, like a more practical one, and then by the end of next year to buy something nice.
I'm currently doing my funded. Any key advice I should follow? Discipline based, Jock. I'm just going to tell you, be disciplined. Remember when I told you guys, discipline is the act of repeatedly doing the same thing that you don't want to do. So nobody's going to tell you this is what discipline is and a light's going to switch on. Discipline is going to start with you doing that small act of discipline every single day, starting off with small things, making up your bed, making sure you at work on time, making sure you've planned your day, making sure you've got your trading plan, following your plan. Small little acts. Discipline don't happen overnight. Some people are just disciplined, it's just in them. Some people are not. Some people will never be disciplined, but it's not a light switch. Believe me when I tell you, I can tell you all the great stories of discipline, but ultimately just be disciplined. As easy as that.
I think.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, I was going to add on to Jacques' thing as well. Just two quick things. If you're not going to have discipline in your life, you won't have discipline in your trading. And secondly, trade your plan, don't trade your balance. Meaning, don't trade according to your equity or your balance on your funding account, or don't trade like you're a few percent down or whatever. Trade your plan, guaranteed you'll come out profitable.
Yeah, and just for me, like when it comes to when I do funded challenges, guys, you can't. There's no over leveraging. Risk management is key in funded challenges.
What do you guys think
Bob
about
3, we are on every day, Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11. Guys, 123 viewers, only 50 likes. Can we give some likes for Hein? Support the channel. We're trading live here every day for free. The only currency we ask for is a couple of likes just to support the channel, support the algorithm. I'm so glad you have him here this morning. I really felt I was the only person that felt this way after 2 years trading. You Oaks are the best. Thanks guys. Dude, everyone's going through stuff. Nobody's immune to shit. Like, you would see people on Instagram think their life is all sorted out. Everyone's got battles that they are facing, some facing much bigger battles than what other guys are facing. Or what do you guys think of Andrew Tate? What I think of Andrew Tate, what you think of Andrew Tate is completely irrelative to your success. So stop thinking about Andrew Tate, start thinking about you as RR. I don't know who's behind RR. Start thinking about what you should be doing, and forget about Andrew Tate. That's my answer to you.
I think as a question for Han, and this man can't lie because I know the answer. And nowadays, you don't trade news. I know he doesn't. Guys, if he in your group, I know Han, like if he has any trades running before a news event, he'll close it out. He'll delete the order or close positions where they are. He won't trade into news, which I 100% respect, especially if it is a funded account. But Han, is there still that little point in you that gets excited to trade a news event and flip accounts?
Dude,
it's the full margin.
It's the best feeling in my life. It honestly gives me so much joy.
Like, guys, I promise you. So this, and the reason I'm asking this is because Han and myself have done some stupid shit with this. Like, we used to get together like twice in a month for NFP and CPR, like little kids, and sit around the coffee table and trade these events together and flip accounts. But we used to say, as much money as you can make, I promise you your heart sits there and pulses more like anything before CPR. And I mean, I'm risking like 1,000, 2,000 Rand compared to when I'm trading big money with like our funded accounts.
No, I can agree with Keegan. So obviously, I don't think we've made more from like CPR events than we've made with funded accounts. So we have made more money with funded accounts. But yes, I remember, I think the best story is still December Keeks, the CPR in December. And we both taking
this
CPR.
This was wild.
Keegan's got, what did you have? 4K in. I had 7K in. And CPI happens, and I call Keegan, and I'm starting to act like a little girl. I just turned 7K into 60K. He turned, I think, 4K into, what was it, Keegan? 30K.
It was like 38K or something.
Now, keep in mind, we've seen much bigger money than this, but we actually went on like little girls. Like, I think people just looked at us very weirdly. We came to the gym that night, we hugged, we were like, what? This is crazy. I'm just going to trade CPI for the rest of my life.
But you know, and like this was the thing, guys, and it was actually crazy because both of us, so this was after this event is where we started trading the events live, like with each other in person, because we sat there on the phone, like talking to each other, like, okay, when you enter, like I'm in, like we're sitting there trying to hold the trade out. And as we sit in there, both of our things glitched out because, I mean, it's the December CPR, like it is massive. It is a massive, massive move. And both of our things froze. And we sitting there like, what happened? And we're like, I don't know, like your side, I don't know, like I'm not seeing anything. And the next minute, both of us can see our monitors and the screen just like flies off the screen. Like the candle's gone. It's like through the roof. And next minute we go to our accounts, the phone starts reacting, and we are just massive profits.
I think just adding on to that.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, one last thing, Chris. I think just one thing I have to add, just to be transparent. The next CPI, it was me,
Oh my word.
Keegan's best mate, and Keegan's brother-in-law. And we sat around his coffee table. And now Keegan's risking also the same amount. I think what are you risking? Like 3-4K?
Hey, no. We went bigger for this one. So this one I risked I think I did like 5 or 6K.
I did 20K.
You went 20K. We were like, no, we're gonna pull a Jason Noah, and we're gonna do like $500,000. And oof, it didn't go that well.
And to that day, I'm so bleak because I blew my account up until the point where it said minus 22,000 rand in my account. And Keegan, his brokerage froze, and the man ended up profiting $1,000. So like, come on, that's just luck.
Listen here, guys. Before we say goodbye to Hein, I was thinking we did a lot of giveaways yesterday, and we never gave anything to the female traders. I know there's a couple of you, and how we're gonna do it is I'm gonna ask Hein in the Zoom chat, send me a number there, so all the females. And please, my brothers in Christ, if you do not sit and pee and you do not wear a bra, please do not send numbers. This is for the ladies in the chat. We want to give a funded account away to one of the lady traders, so please, Indian trader, I know your hair is as smooth as silk, and but yeah, I want to do a giveaway for the ladies, so let's do that. Hein, send me a number in the chat, and if there's not enough ladies, we'll go with the closest one. Hein's gonna send me a number in the chat. Not in the YouTube chat. No, send it in the Zoom chat. Send it here, so they need to guess your number.
Between
No, you can't say. Any number.
Like any number, like anything.
Okay.
Between 0 to, let's say 0 to 100. Put in your number in the chat.
Okay, the number's locked in.
All right. Number is in, ladies. Please throw, not your cell numbers, please. All the lady traders, please just throw a number there. We're gonna give it a couple of minutes, and as soon as we get a couple of numbers there, we'll see. Maybe you get it right, maybe. All right. Will Silk is a gay boy. Let's not get cancelled. Mo is already falling off his chair. I said the word gay. We love all of our brothers in Christ. There I am, Chris in the background. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes, so we only have 3 ladies, and then we've got Will Silk. Alright, he retracted his message. Thank you so much.
Let's keep it going.
Let's get those ladies going. You guys know what? I'm gonna give it to Lydia. Lydia Pernier. Lydia, send me, the number was 69, Nick the Pound Trader. I'm gonna give you a wet kiss when I come to the UK. Lydia, please send me.
I love how all the guys got that, eh?
All the guys, absolutely filthy. Linda, please send me an Instagram message. My Instagram handle is in the description of this video. I'm gonna give you a funded account, and Hein gave that 69. Hein is actually a reformed man, reborn follower of Christ. I don't know why I would give 6. I thought he would go like 7 or 7, the holy number, the complete number, but this man went to 69. I want to chat to Pastor Keegan over the weekend. I'm actually coming to church. This man needs to repent. No, I'm kidding.
Gotta get his head out the gutter.
Remember, guys, we are all men. We are all human beings. I told you guys, I'm also a man of faith, but I'm not perfect in any sense of the word. Do not think anyone is perfect. I told you guys, faith is a crutch because we need it to go through life. So, TR Alex, great, my brother. You can pass the challenge in 2 days. Easy. Go buy yourself a funded account. Link is in the description. Which Instagram? Chris_marketbull. I'll put it on the screen for you now as well. Or let me copy it. Alright, Hein, any closing remarks? I think that was very good, guys. A little bit deeper than usual. You guys were waiting for PORs and CPRs and TYCs and I don't know what else, but we're gonna get back to trading. Hein, any closing remarks? Hein, I think you muted, my brother. Hein muted himself.
Sorry, I don't know why I was
Yeah.
I think just feel free to message me, and I'm always open to chat to people about psychology. I obviously do have a mentorship and signals as well, but apart from that, I don't. I always want to help people, and people do struggle. So pop me a DM. I'll give you my number, and we can hop on a call and we can chat a bit about the things that you go through. Because, like I said, I do think psychology is my strong point, and then the trading comes along with that as well.
Right, Hein.
Otherwise,
Thank you so much, Keeks. Any closing remarks before we let Hein go?
Chris, he's left the building.
Oh, Keegan is gone. Keeks, I don't know what this man is doing. Keeks.
How many concurrent viewers did we get today, Chris?
I think we peaked at 145, if I'm not mistaken. 139. 78 likes, guys. Let's get some likes for Hein. I really appreciate you sharing your story. I think a lot of times there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in the industry. Hein is as transparent as they come, talking about the losses, talking about how tough it was getting through it, and it's not all just fabulous. It's not all just winning. It is all about grinding it out, getting to that next level. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate transparency more than somebody trying to sell me a dream. Like, I will follow guys saying like, hey, fuck, I'm struggling, I've been struggling for the last 3-4 months. I can respect that, but somebody only showing me the good and not showing me the bad, that I cannot trust. So please beware. And Hein, thank you so much for coming. Are you coming to the office today? Not? No, he's got a dog he needs to look after.
As soon as you guys are done with the live, I will be there with coffee in hand.
Ah, beautiful.
He remembers the coffees.
Guys, give Hein a follow as mentioned. And Hein, really appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go do your thing. I really appreciate it. And guys,
Always good having you on, brother.
Let's give a like there for Hein.
Thanks, guys. You guys are doing amazing things in the Forex industry. You're providing so much value. So I think everyone in the stream, you guys have some, what's your business called? 2 Gs. You guys have got 2 proper Gs as your mentors. Stick with them. They know what they're talking about. But thanks for having me, guys. I'll see you guys a bit later. But thanks everyone. It was great to be on.
Thanks, Hein. See you later.
Brother.
Thanks, brother. Cheers, man. Guys, Hein van Deventer, what a legend. And I think you guys saw a little bit of the other side of trading, more of the psychology. And I think for a lot of you, that maybe motivated you to let you know that it's not just you that's going through difficult times. There's other guys that are also going through some shit. And then the Indian trader on the 27th. Who do we have on next week, Keeks? I don't know. Do you know who we have on for next week?
Well, the thing was, it was meant to be Hein next weekend, but obviously we moved him up. So next week we actually have an opening. So we can either see if we can move everyone up, or we'll fill next weekend.
Sahil, are you keen for next week Friday? I'm new for this. I'm new for this group. Rudra Raju, welcome, my brother. Alright, guys, I messaged you on Instagram.
Yo,
Thank you,
Chris,
Lydia.
Can you actually just mute yourself on Zoom now?
Okay, now I can
Right.
mute myself on Zoom.
Oh,
Right,
much
I'm
better.
muted. Okay. I'm also new. I just joined the Discord. Sumesh and Moodley. Good to have you here. It depends when you get your... No, the disclaimer will be done. Don't stress. I'll chat to compliance. I will get my lawyer to also just go through it. So maybe we get Sahil on this Friday. That's going to be a beefy one. So you don't want to miss that one. Also remember, we are starting beef with Raja Banks as well. So I will make it my mission to show you guys how that man pulled off one of the biggest hoax, most probably at the turn of the century. And so can we post in only charts tab on Discord? TR Alex, go ahead, my brother, feel free. Guys, I'm still waiting for the sales. I'm not looking for the buys, even though this broke above. I am still leaning towards sells. I could be wrong, my bias could be wrong for the day, and I'm completely fine with that, but I am not convinced that we are just gonna reverse yesterday's daily candle. I'm not completely convinced. No bottom wick on this daily candle on GU, so I'm patiently
Chris,
waiting.
Quick one, eh?
I'm in no rush. Chat to me.
I'm looking now, so I was checking on Instagram. So I'm sure everyone obviously knows there was that trade Darren Dix was in that he was holding to make it $1 million trade.
Yeah.
What happened to that? He was at 800, 900,000, and then there was never any update. It just died. Now he's showing like other trades where he's at 100,000 again, and did the trade reverse?
Your Keegs
Was it,
already.
you know, flip card.
Keegs already going for the jugular.
I'm just asking. You can't record a whole series. You get that far to the end, and then you don't post the finish line.
Yeah. He stopped posting because, dude, I think Keegs, let's leave that one for next Friday. Let's put that on the roster. Don't do Chris's cousin like that. Weirdly enough, we are not even closely related with his small. The first platform where I see the trader is a believer of Jesus Christ. Amen. That's great. Yeah, Lydia. We don't try and make it a faith thing, but I do not deny my faith in Christ. But ultimately, as I've stated before as well, there's a time and place for everything. Obviously this is a trading platform, so I'm not a pastor, but if you ask me about my faith and if I can share something about it and it's relevant, I will share it. But I've seen too many times there is a place and a time for everything, and you don't necessarily need to do certain things at a certain time at a certain place. Faith is one thing and business is another thing. Mixing the two a lot of times is not good. I've seen it so many times. The guy that jumps the highest in church, he's the biggest scammer out of church. So that guy that's sitting right in front at church, jumping the highest, screaming the biggest amen, run away from that guy. The guy sitting at the back quiet, pitching up every Sunday, that's the guy you can trust. But the guy jumping in front, I can almost guarantee you run away. When Johan said it, I almost thought he said God is looking for cells. Yeah, guys, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting this weekly pivot level. I'm still happy to wait it out. I do think there's going to be a very good opportunity. If I'm wrong and this thing just runs up the rest of the day, I'm completely fine with that. I've also had quite a decent week so far. Everything shared on the Discord, and Byron for investors and Chris, I've been trading for about a year now, and I win some and I lose some. How can I learn more from you and learn about strategies, as this is what I lack? What's the best way to learn more? Firstly, Byron, tune in every day. I take all of my trades live. Go back on, I think there's 65 streams you can go back on. You can join the Discord. From last week, I started journaling all of my trades in the Discord. Somebody was asking about what do you guys do on stream, whatever. So I've basically started journaling all of my trades I take on stream in the stream trade journal. There's also an education section where I give my trading plan, I give you my entry criterias, and I share everything for free on here. Most probably the only trader in SA. These guys actually blocked me yesterday. I was actually giving them a shout out, the FX War Room, for posting the YouTube link in here. They kicked me from the channel. So I don't know what fuckboys are running this, but anyway, maybe copy the YouTube channel, go post it here in FX War Room just to piss them off. I honestly don't sell anything, and these guys would throw me out for sharing value. So I don't know, maybe people don't want to make money. Maybe just to piss them off a little bit, go in that Discord, go share the YouTube link there. But I don't know why people would not want to join in. We are literally the only South African traders that are as transparent as we are, taking trades live, not selling you anything. And Linda Sykes, I think you should go find God, Linda. Go find God and then come back on the stream. Lydia, please add Linda Sykes to your prayer group, and please pray for Linda. Cosmic Crew, what do you think of
I was about to say, wasn't it Lydia that one?
Yeah, I did. I don't know, Linda. But I have to give an A for effort for Linda Sykes. What do I think of BTC's double bottom? Let's quickly look at BTC. Let's look at BTC. Yeah, Lydia, we know who won. So BTC weekly time frame. So this is your yearly pivot, guys. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago about BTC, and I said the only thing you need to focus on for BTC this year is what's happening at this level. This is the yearly pivot. This pivot only changes every 12 months, so for the entire year this pivot is valid. And yeah, you can see last year literally it kissed the yearly pivot and you never saw the yearly pivot again. This year around on BTC you've got the yearly pivot sitting here as well. As long as we hold above this yearly pivot, then obviously we need to start getting out of this range. This for me is a weekly range on BTC. If I mark this out, this is a 15% range we've been stuck in for most of the year. So crypto traders most probably going back to flipping burgers unless this thing starts breaking out. But if you look at it from a different perspective, BTC is technically creating bullish market structure on the weekly time frame from these lows, creating higher highs, higher lows, and we have now gone into some type of accumulation. Daily time frame, what do we have on BTC? Just a messy chart again, so just expanding on that range. Now you've got this, so this is now your monthly pivot level. So for the rest of this month, this is your key level. We rejected the monthly R1, so couldn't get through that. Again, from these lows creating bullish market structure, I would say you can get bearish on BTC once we start breaking these lows down here. And then shortly after that, let's go to the 5 minute for the day. What do we have? So BTC looking bullish on the day, breaking above the Asia range, holding above that, already almost trading at the daily R1 level. So if you're looking for potential buys, I would say 26,800 potential buy area. Other than that, nothing there for me. Keeks, you haven't taken anything, eh?
No, nothing yet. Gold's probably my favorite play out for the day. So I'm getting close to it, but I'm not in anything yet.
Linda sucks. I'm glad that you are born again believer. I'm just joking. Don't take me too seriously. Keegan, what is your view on US30? Keegan, the people want to know. Let me just get Keegan's screen here. Keegs, you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it now.
Guys, but again, very well done to everyone that is here today. And it is Friday. I know it gets difficult to push through to the end of the week, but you guys are here. We definitely gonna catch something, and I think it's gonna be good. So give yourselves a pat on the back for being here. Kicks, just pull your price chart, I would say, by 10 mil to the left.
To the left. Okay.
Yeah, just 10 mil to the left. There's it, perfect. Keeks, and you are live, my brother.
Okay, obviously guys, we've been bullish the whole week, but we did come basically getting our weekly target. We have now started to reject. Funny enough for me, I actually honestly would have probably started a US30 now. If anything, we might go and retest this zone here. So where the weekly resistance is, you guys can also see this here. So my best bet, if I had to do US30 today, I would look for a retest of this neckline. So if we can retest, used to do for you guys, if you can reject off this area and close back below, I'll look for sales. If we can break above here and continue up, I'll look to buy. But that is just the possible two best options for me right now, just because of where US30 is. It's not going to make any moves, but when I'm doing it in correlation to the dollar, I do believe the dollar is going to start getting some strength back now. So the same way how I've now flipped bearish on gold, so with US30 I do see us going bearish, especially when you start looking at the higher time frames. You have got that break of structure now, so this is just a little retracement and continuing the move back down to the 33,300 area. So that is my take on US30. But like I said, I would look basically as reaction, but most probable play out will be to go find it and hold it as resistance and then sell it back down.
Okay, Riz, Ron, I wonder if Raja Banks knows how to trade BTC. Share more. Is Raja Banks trading BTC? I don't know. I can't see stuff. He blocked me. So I don't know what that man is doing. Peter Krause, are we waiting for gold to retest 1890? Let me just get back.
So me personally, we are taking out the high now of yesterday, which was 1884. So for me, like I said, I am bearish now in gold. So what I would like to see in a typical market is that we basically violate the highs from yesterday. So we can either just wick them out, take them out, and then close and reject around. Otherwise, I have my key level, which we spoke about the whole week, which was 1889. So I could see us hitting 1889 and rejecting from there back to about 1880 and finishing the week there.
Remember guys, we haven't tested that flat body support area there on gold, so this thing can push up, take out that high, and still look, there's no bottom wick. You guys know how I feel
just add that
about a no bottom wick at some stage. I'm not saying, maybe not even today, maybe this closes bullish today, Monday you get something like that, but I am, while yesterday's high is still intact, I remain with my bearish bias for the day. That is all I'm saying. We're back at yesterday's high, so either this thing's gonna pop through, or this is your area where you can potentially start getting rejections. And then also Euro USD, I am patiently waiting for price to get back below this weekly pivot level. Again, I cannot, again, like I said, I can miss this entire move up, but I cannot see how we are just gonna flip back bullish after closing below these two key levels right here. So even if this thing pushes up the entire session and New York we get the sell off, I am not looking at buying this, not at all. So I could be wrong, I could miss trades to the upside, that's completely fine. Somebody asked me yesterday about buying GU. I don't know who it was. There was a guy asking about GU. GU was trading here. He's like, why am I not buying it? Yeah, that candle. And go watch yesterday's stream. I said, okay, I think the guy's name was Ken Robinson or whatever. I said, okay, you buy it, yeah. I will wait for that round number to sell it, but I'm not going to try and buy it back to that level. My bias was clearly bearish. We were looking for sells earlier in the morning, got stopped out at break even. So why would I now try and buy this to where I want to sell it? I just wait. I missed out on all of these sells, and we at least got a little consolation prize on UJ when we bought the high of the week. And I told you guys, when we enter here, there's either going to be a melt up. This was our trade yesterday during the live. There's either going to be a melt up, or this is going to be the reversal. I still laughed because somebody said J Money bought the high, and I said, yeah, we're doing what J Money is doing, but obviously we've got a little bit more sense of what we are doing. And go and check the target. We said 149.80, and that was weirdly enough the session high as well. So everything we do is calculated. There's no guessing here. If we are wrong, we've got context for the trades we take. We're not going to win all of them, but at least we frame our idea with context as what is happening in the markets. Going to look for buys on GU above the daily pivot, and buys on GJ above the round number. All right, all of the best, Neil. Good work, could not work. I'm still looking for sells. I am not looking to buy. GJ is a tricky one for me, but still I'll wait. I'll even wait, maybe later we get something like this. But I'm not looking at buying this market. I am from Swaziland. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it's the first time we've had somebody on from Swaziland. Your views on NASDAQ. Let's quickly look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, as mentioned, I'm bearish on the day. While we hold below yesterday's high, I am bearish because if you look at it on a daily time frame, this is the daily time frame. This was your previous key area, and see how we failed to close above that area. We're now back inside of the range, and we also closed slightly below this flat body support area right there. So check that flat body support area, closing slightly below it. So that is why I am bearish on it. So I'm expecting yesterday's wick to be filled. So what could happen today is one of two things could happen. We could push down, we could break the lows right there, and as soon as we break those lows, we can still come back up to even potentially close with a bullish candle looking something like this, taking out that daily low from yesterday and closing strong bullish like this. So that is also something to consider for today. But for the session, going into the session, I am leaning towards being bearish on this. So you could get something like that, and then that also lines up with this previous area of contention looking left there. That is what you could get. So but Euro USD, I am still patiently waiting for the sells. Philadelphia, first time on your stream, enjoying a T3G TV. Great to have you, man. Getting a lot of global viewers. Most probably the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Currently, even though we're still small, the growth has been amazing. The feedback we've received has been amazing, and the guys in the group have been doing very well. Guys sharing their trades in the group. Ian, what did Ian trade? USD JPY 149.73. Let's see, 149.73. Alright, Ian catching some moves there. I'm from Hungary. Great, man, great to see you here. So beautiful mix of people around the world. So yeah, maybe while we wait for our setups, where are most of you guys from? I know most of our viewers are from Cape Town, Ireland. We've got Hungary, we've got Ireland, we've got India as well, the Indian trader Sahil. He immigrated to South Africa. Kenya, John, nice to see you, man. Pretoria, Centurion, UK, Houston. All right, we're getting some guys from overseas around the corner. Edgar, Port Shepstone. Who says nothing good comes out of Port Shepstone? Port Shepstone represents Somalia. Hectic. Somalia. Benoni. Emil Monroe, the only baloney from Benoni. USA. Brooklyn, New York. Lydia. That is one place I still want to visit, is New York. Pretoria, Robertson. Eutenergy. Where is Eutenergy? Keegs, have you heard of that place? Eutenergy?
I have no clue. I've never even heard of that.
Eutenergy. That's euthanasia, man. We used to call it back in the day.
Man.
Eutenergy.
Where the hell did you guys come up with that?
So for you guys that didn't know, I went to RTS, Daniel Pinaar. I was in boarding school in Uitenhage. So I was from The Hague, Uitenhage, Uitenhage, beautiful. Cape Town, Mount Pleasant, Ruan Clausen, also representing Pretoria East. Idiots, what is Mo on about? Cape Town. Akers van die Dorp, Kaap, Cape Town. Cape Town, the city where every great Forex scam starts and ends. Cape Town. Cape Town's like a breeding ground for scams, eh? I don't know what's
100%.
I don't know what's in the water in Cape Town. We need to chat to the Cape Townian government. Something is definitely in the water in Cape Town. You rate Joburg is worse than Cape Town? I don't know. Like, okay, Joburg's
Cape
also
Town.
bad.
Joburg is
Joburg.
bad, but I think Cape Town.
But I don't know. Maybe the algo is not giving me the KZN guys. But somebody said there's a lot of Forex scammers in KZN as well. Scam water. Alright guys, are you in anything? Tell me what you guys are trading. I don't have a setup. Gold. I don't know. Gold at the previous daily high. Still respecting that high. No more, they all immigrate to Dubai. Some of them immigrate back. Maybe phone them, you'll see they're not in Dubai anymore. But let me not say too much. Ace, that's why I love following the PE guys, and if they're not scamming you in Cape Town, they keep to themselves. Yeah, in PE we like 10 years behind. Give it 10 more years, maybe there'll be some scammers popping up. Free State.
We do have some scammers here in the
Yeah,
PE.
we do.
They need some bodyguards to protect them.
Free State, just be beautiful, man. Believe it or not, I was born in Welkom. Most of my family was born in Kroonstad. Also other family that was born in Bloemfontein. So I was born and raised for a couple of years in the Free State, Welkom. Small mining town. They say the best Forex traders are in PE. I don't know if we're the best, but we at least try to provide value and be transparent. P just got MT4, dude. We still actually trading on MT2.2 MS-DOS. You have to phone in to place your orders. We're not even on MT4 yet. In P, they don't even have Drake's new album as yet, bro. We are still listening to Akon, believe it or not.
Yeah, you can't get better than Nero.
Akon, we still listening to Akon. German 30 Cell got the 27 fib rejection, bit sideways now, but waiting for that break to the downside. Nice. As I mentioned, Asia lows, not looking to buy this. So however you caught that, I don't know where the 27 fib extension was that you talk about, but I'm just patiently waiting. Rian Vlok, also from Welkom, beautiful. I was in Welkom Volksskool, lived in Riebeekstad, and Cape Town needs to hustle. Clifton and Camps Bay is expensive. Is Scribanti still going strong? If you're talking about the track, had lots of fun at the drags at Scribanti. Yeah, Keegs is more involved in that scene.
Yeah, still very active. We actually had a drags, I think 2 weeks ago. We had drags there. Yeah, still really very active. We have a track day coming up. I think also next weekend. Actually, I think it is just open track day. So very busy and popular.
Find your bookie to place your orders, you say. Yeah. I'm actually connected on this old MT2 terminal. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I use this. So there's a function key MT2 and then there's a YX, and an X squared. And as soon as I press that, that's how I place my orders on MT2. This is the Sharp EL-W531H right view trading terminal. Some of you weren't even in dad's bag, and I was already through Baghdad. Just had to. You weren't even in dad's bag, and I was through Baghdad and back. But anyway, think of starting a Forex scam vast a year before heading to UTH to hide out. But guys, it is Friday, and we just waiting here. I'm not leaving here before we get a decent trade. I want something good. We're gonna give you guys something good, so don't stress. You don't miss out on anything. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee. We're not going anywhere here up until we get a trade. How are you guys feeling? How was the trading week? Keegs, I know you had a very good week.
Yeah, it's actually been, I must say, like, all the fun and games aside, last 2 weeks have actually been banging weeks for me.
I could have had a better week, so I'm sitting at, I started this challenge on Monday. I'm sitting at 5.1%. I could have been sitting at 9% for the week. Unfortunately, you guys were on stream. The Euro USD buys we caught. I think it is a sense of a little bit of ignorance. Remember when we took the buys here? I still told you guys I was expecting that liquidity push to the upside. This thing ran 1.5 R, break even on that. Then later the day we caught more buys here, break even again. That is fine. I told you guys some weeks you gonna bang it out, some weeks you are not gonna have a great week, but still positive for the week. Still had some very good trades, and I think there's a lot of beautiful moves. I might even pass this thing today. I'm just letting you guys know. And then on
Chris
the
is
other
gonna full margin.
Yeah, full margining this. I'm getting this done. Then on my other funded account, the phase 2, up 3.3%. Didn't take 2 of the trades I took on this account. Forgot to take it on the other one. Could have been done with that, but it is possible, guys. Like I told you, I've been self-funded for a lot of years, and I told Keegan I've never been funded. Let me try these funding companies. Let me see what it's about. And 5% up in 1 week is good. I rate it is decent, Albino. Took the trade with you yesterday. Was a nice trade, mate. Better than banks, lol. I don't know what banks you're talking about. If you're talking about Raja Banks, obviously better than him. The man can only market in terms of his trading. I don't know. In terms of Raja Banks' trading, that guy should be in a circus, to be very honest with you. Props talking about average banks giving you 6% per annum. Alright guys, slowly but surely we're coming back to this level. I'm just waiting. Raja Banks does 500% in a day. What you smoking? Beautiful. Raja Banks doing 500% in a day. Yeah, no, Raja Banks is completely legit. Trading on your own unregulated broker with no liquidity provider. That is like playing a house poker game with yourself. You are the dealer and you supply the chips. Keeks, let's oh, where's Keeks? He's quickly went to the bathroom. Try playing blackjack with yourself. That's what Roger Banks is doing, trading on his own broker without a liquidity provider. But all will be revealed very soon. Who's Roger Banks? Dorito Demon. It's better that you don't know who Roger Banks is. Roger Banks is most probably the goat of scammers in terms of his marketing. Goat of goats. Do I have beef with Q? I don't know Q Banks. The reason why I've got beef with Roger Banks is I told you guys I was part of his community 4 years ago.
You can't beef with Q.
And I honestly, I was a Roger fanboy. I told you guys that I liked what he was doing. I honestly thought the live stream thing was great, and I said, like, who else is live streaming? Nobody's doing it. But I think a lot of these guys start off with good intentions, and then all of a sudden, when the money starts coming in, they lose track of what it is they actually set out to do. And what he did on his own broker was a very, very good marketing ploy. But I do not believe it for 1 second, because when I told him on Instagram, when the guys were saying, Roger, you're trading with your own broker, that's like trading a demo account. And I said, Roger, just quiet these guys down. Not like attacking him, actually defending him. Just show the guys that you've got a liquidity provider. Boom, blocked. As soon as you start talking sense with the guy, he will block you.
John Chris, I'm just let you know you have a meeting at 1 o'clock.
Okay. 1 o'clock, perfect. Biggest scammer I know is John Gotti. One thing I have to say, Kiggs, I don't know, but John Gotti had the best marketing line I've maybe seen in a long time. When he was selling his bot and he was saying we are sanitizing poverty. Like that for me.
Yeah.
That for me was the best. Like I have to give John Gotti 10 out of 10.
No, but like a lot of these guys, they actually get very creative.
Guys, this bot is sanitizing poverty. That was beautiful. Like I have not seen such a good catchphrase in my life. Sanitizing poverty. That was flippin' brilliant. Blaine Joseph was a huge scam. I got caught in that one. How many scams have you guys been caught in? There's a guy that messaged me last night about email marketing. And I told him, like, dude, I don't want marketing. I'm not selling anything. And it's like my YouTube channel. I'm like, dude, we don't sell anything on the YouTube channel as well. He then asked me, do I know of anyone in the Forex space? And I told him I wouldn't recommend anyone, as they're all scammers. But you will know someone personally who is not a scammer. I don't know. Alright, Chris, this is alright. Lydia, I got your message. I will make sure to get that account to you. Lydia, do me a favor. Please check the Vault Funder link in the description of this video. Vault Funder. Please go ahead and register an account so long. Just register a profile, and we will be sending you that funded account. Linda Sykes, I won the competition. Linda, sorry, I don't know Um, John Gatti and Rydell are best. Yo, Rydell. Gigs, are you gonna take a punt on gold?
I'm looking at it. It's holding as resistance there already, so I might. If I do, I'll just might as well risk like 0.5%. I'm thinking. I'm gonna set a sell limit. If I can have a little bit of a pullback, then I will enter.
Let me see.
I've set a sell limit at 1884.62. So 0.5%. So we'll just take a little bit of a gamble, see what happens. End of the day, in a way, it did violate the highs of yesterday. It had a closure above the high, where yesterday was a wick. But it's not to me, like I always say, this wouldn't be a triple A grade setup. I would have liked a proper clear and take out the high of yesterday. But yeah, like I said, end of the day, you can't really expect massive moves on a Friday because you've actually missed the move of the week.
You mentioned Raja being unethical regarding his broker antics, but would you say his trading style strategy is solid? Not at all. I told you guys this is Raja Banks' strategy. So he will look for clean candles like this. So this he classifies as a clean range. So this is I'm going to give you Raja Banks' strategy now in literally 5 minutes. So he sees that as a clean range. So what he'll then do is he will wait for a candle closure above here on the 30-minute or the 15-minute. And then what he'll do is he will have buy stops here, expecting price now to push into this clean range. And then he will say, all right, we've got all of this clean range, price is going to go there. And your stop will be at the bottom of this candle here. That will be your stop. And now you are trading this clean range. Then he will say, all right, now we've created, let's say for instance, we create a resistance here. He will then say, okay, we still have that clean range. As soon as we get a 15-minute candle like that, he'll wait for a bottom wick. He will have buy stops on the break of the candle high, and then he will target that. Looking to the downside, you've got a clean range here. So as soon as you get a candle closing like that, you will break. You've got sell stops on the break of those lows. Then you will do something like that, and you will now target that. That is literally just looking for candles where there's not support or resistance formed, which he calls clean traffic. So save yourself Went long on GJ, will monitor. Nila, the only thing I do not like about GJ is that we took Asia highs. Asia lows is still intact, so I don't think it's a bad trade. But just monitor the round number. But entry setup, entry criteria is valid. There's your break of structure above. I would say you need to hold above here, because see how every time we tried breaking out of this Asia range, how we got rejected. So either this candle needs to make its move through this round number. You also don't want to see it lagging here, Nila. Once price hits that level, it really needs to push through. Need to get something like that. Retest needs to hold, otherwise this thing can still go bearish. Just letting you know. We'll go break even at the session. Oh, it's a good idea. Are you guys in a trade? Enoch? No, we waiting for our setup, brother. I'm still looking for potential sells as soon as Euro can come back in here. I don't know if that's only going to be later, but we are still waiting. UJ, weirdly enough, I'm waiting for buys above here. Could be wrong though. Daily time frame is still bullish. I'm even thinking we can hit that level today. So that's the thing with my bias. If I've got a set bias for the day, I do not go against it. One thing, if I'm honest, I don't trust gold when it's starting to stair step like this. This thing can hurt quite a number of guys, so just be careful. Because technically on the 5 it's still creating bullish market structure. That was your swing low, created a high, so all of this is just pullback. Structure has not yet shifted. Only once we do something like that can we then say structure has shifted. And then also GBP USD sells below here. So we just patiently gonna wait, guys. In a buy on AUD CAD. Next week starting Keegs live on the decks for NYSE session. I think that's gonna do very well.
Fun.
I think that's gonna
really zone in. I was just saying to Chris, what I want to do is I want to take one of my accounts and I'm basically only going to trade that account on gold. So obviously I got the inspo from some other guys, but yeah, we're going to really see if I can zone in on my pair and see how profitable we can be just trading one pair and literally become consistent daily, every day. Let's just take away a win, a little win, a little win, and just see how we can grow the accounts.
AUD CAD, so just top down analysis for you, Steve. Daily is bearish, as you can see here on a daily time frame. A lot of resistance in that area, so multiple daily candles rejecting that level. Yesterday strong bearish candle as well. You've got nothing indicating that there's buying pressure coming into the market, so I would have technically been bearish going into the day. Then the other thing you've got is you're trading below the daily pivot. There's your daily pivot level. This is the 5-minute time frame. You're trading below the half round number. Remember, we always mark that out. So 8650 trading below that and currently trading at the Asia lows. So I would honestly say if I was looking to buy this, I would have waited for 18,650. That gives me an institutional number to trade from, because other than that, this thing can start moving down to like 8610, 8620. And even though your 80 is trading above the 200, it is still relatively sloped towards the downside. And what could happen is this could just be like a pause, and you can see the 80 doing something like this now. So yeah, I'm not trying to talk you out of the position. I'm just very objectively looking at what I'm seeing, and in terms of how I trade and how I see the market, this for me is not indicating any buys as of yet. So, but good luck with that. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on the fact. How long have you guys been trading, Enoch? Are you asking about how long we have been trading for the session, how long we have been live streaming, how long we have been trading in total number of years? You guys, I had problem verifying my ID on my Vault account. How do you back in the front of ID book? How do you back in, I don't know, back in the Nasdaq? I've been trading for almost 8 years, going on 9. Keegan, I think, has been in the trading industry for 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Keeks, 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
I'm with you on a challenge, Keeks. There's a reason why the Asians focus gold bear only. Back to the Asians.
Yeah, I don't know how we always circle back to this.
Chad, it is Friday. I'm maybe gonna just throw us a little number before we get back to the lo-fi music. If you have not yet, please subscribe. Please leave a like, as that will help the channel grow. I really appreciate all of you guys joining. I'm going to give you a little bit of a banger just to wake you guys up. Maybe we get some volume in the market. So classic little banger from 2 years ago, and I think it is very appropriate for where we are in the day. And let's just bring it up a little bit here.
Later on broaden out if you want to, but still have that main pair that you have. Where thing is, for me, when you have like lots, I think that's always what people think is like start trading a lot of like 8-10 different pairs, because there'll be more opportunities to trade. But at the same time, if you don't understand how those pairs move, that's more opportunities for you to get clapped every single time. So I always say to you guys, when I think coming back, it's better to start off with maybe literally just like 1 or 2 pairs, really zone in, because I think again also that's going to teach you to be strict on your entry criteria. So yes, you maybe have 1 pair, and if you don't get a trade, if it doesn't meet your things, you don't trade. It's just one of those things that is trading. But yeah, when you can, it's not a right or wrong, but that's just my preference. I have like now I have 6 pairs. I do not go over that. There's like a lot of pairs that Chris trades and analyzes for you guys in the morning that you'll see I don't even open it up. How many times when I ran the lives the other days, and I would break them down. I break it down because you guys asked for it, but it's not a pair I trade. I'll run it down, analyze it, and that's it. I'm done. I don't look at it again. I have my watch list of my 6 pairs. I have gold, which is my number 1. That's my baby. She's at the top. That's where I focus. The rest, I trade them, but I'm a lot more strict on my criteria because I know I don't know everything about that pair. And even like I say, I don't know everything about gold, but it's where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with how it moves, how quickly it moves, what sessions to trade it in. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
How is that AUD CAD doing? All right. Session lows. So yeah, if your buys are gonna hold, you need to see some level of reaction there. Otherwise, GBP Australian dollar, let me quickly look at that. Yeah guys, feel free to send a chart, ask a question. That is what we are here for. Top down analysis, GBP Aussie, definitely bullish on the day. See how on the daily time frame we broke out of this daily range. You had the advantage of that daily wick fill to the upside. You are now trading at quite a key level looking left. So if you guys look left with me, you can see that this is a key level. And so if you are in longs, technically if you were trading this, you can see your AD is bullish. You can see that we broke away. This is what I consider a break away from Asia highs. This right here, that for me is nice. I would have most probably, if I traded this pair this morning right about 9:20, there was your trade. Break of structure. Go check the educational section. That is also very close to your round number. So if I didn't catch it here, I would have most probably caught it here, still showing me bullish. Trading at the daily R1 level. So if this thing is going to trend for the day, it should get through this level relatively easy. Otherwise you could get a pullback back into the range, but definitely bullish. I don't know if you took longs or short. Do I think certain pairs work better with different styles of trading? Not really. Keeks, what's your thoughts on that? I think there's not a style that suits a pair or a this or a that.
I wouldn't say there's a style, okay? So I have actually spoke to Chris about this before. I don't think there's a style that suits a pair better, if that makes sense. Like it's not that way, but you can become more profitable with a strategy on different pairs. So what I'm saying by that is, because of the amount of volume.
Sorry, Keeks, shit. Sorry guys. UJ. Fuck. Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, am I too late now? I'm gonna go with half a lot here. I was asleep, guys. Took half a lot here. I'll add on the pullback. I was waiting for this the entire session, and yeah, I'm talking all of this cuck. I just went off risk on this. I'll be monitoring Asia highs. I'm targeting 150 for the session. Not a good start. Okay, I'll add on the pullbacks. I will let you guys know. Only half. I went off my position. I'll scale into this. Sorry, we were talking about this
Yeah,
trade.
no, it's all good.
Okay.
What I was saying, guys, is so because of how there's different volume in different pairs, you can become more profitable. So you trade the same strategy. It's not that it works better, but you'll be more profitable. So let's just say if you trade like EU, okay? EU moves like a snail. So you can catch a move, but you maybe make 1R. But if you trade the same strategy on EJ, the same strategy, but you'll make 2R. And the same way, like if you go trade gold, the same strategy and the trade plays out, you probably will hit a 3R. And the same way, then you go to US30, because of the volume, now you're gonna hit a 4R. So if your plan, your setup, your market execution is still the same. So it's not the fact that it works better on a different platform. It's just because of the different volume and the way the market actually moves with volume. Your profits seem to get better. So I always say, like, you're not that you trade in the wrong pair. It's just that maybe you can just be more, you could make more trading another pair.
Right, guys, I think it's gonna get busy now. So this zone right here, I told you guys, this is where I want to start looking for sells. We're starting to break structure lower. My ideal scenario here is we push down, we respect that weekly pivot level, we pull back to retest the half round number, and we then break structure. Then I'm going to look for shorts from here, and I actually think we can get something messy here today. So not Lionel Messi, but Messi profits here. Same with GU. I'm leaning towards EU rather than GU. GU is trading quite a bit above there, so I'm gonna rather go for EU on this one. So just letting you guys know, or any type of structure here. So this could be our fake out for the session above Asia highs, and let's see. Just want some structure being formed here. Rejections off the half round number, and we will be in there. Pound yen also coming down. Nila, you see, as mentioned, never really had a breakaway from Asia high. We were struggling at Asia high. This could be a pullback, and I think if this pulls back and holds somewhere here close to the 50, and you then get your breakout, I think there's some momentum for this start running up. What's DXY doing? Right, DXY finally coming back inside of the Asia range. And USD JPY, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this retest of Asia lows, and if Asia lows can hold and we start creating some type of structure to the upside, I will add my other half of my position. But yeah, I'm still relatively bullish on this. Right, we just need that pullback. So things are gonna get busy. Was there anything that came out now?
That's
Nothing.
interesting.
What?
I got tapped in on gold.
Are you in sales?
Yeah, remember I told you I had my
Oh, yeah,
sell
yeah, yeah.
earlier? I didn't even know I was tapped in. My alert didn't go off. Oh, well, I'm in profit, so I'm not complaining, but that's so weird. My alert didn't go off. I wasn't even like watching the thing. Yo, guys, for all of our South African supporters, yeah, or SA people, what do you guys think of the team for Sunday?
Is the team out?
Yeah.
Send me the link.
It's a very good team. I'll send it to you now. Only for me, I think I'll bench. So I definitely think we're there to play in the second half. But yeah, it's 100% I think there's only one person I personally would have changed in the team.
Where did you send it to me on WhatsApp?
Instagram. I just sent it to you. So the only one I'd change is Dwayne. Dwayne is good. He is solid. But I'm sorry, Jasper is 10 times the player than he is.
Bro, Jasper's a beast.
So yeah, that for me, that's the only difference I'd have. I like what they did though. We went with the normal 5-3 because of the fact we brought Pollard in.
Sorry, is what's her name injured? Oh no, so they're starting Reinach. Yo.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice.
Yeah, he's very
Reinach is a much quicker ball
faster.
player,
Yeah.
and I think we need him because that first half is going to be very impactful, and we need him to shut the pond down in that first half.
Marnie Lubbock, yo, Pollard on the bench. Okay, Damian, Jesse Creel, Kurtley, Orense, Damian Willems. Hey.
Like for me, I'm happy. Like I said, Dwayne's the only one. Like Pollard is the general, but I think I always say people we need a running back line on Sunday, and that is just the truth. Marnie is a better running fly half than what Pollard is.
Yeah.
So if we can get those points on the board earlier and then bring Pollard on in the second half to kick and kind of secure the win, that's I think the game plan. But yeah, and Jesse Krill, I mean, he hasn't been bad. I've never really been a big Jesse fan, but like,
Me
obviously
neither.
you can't just throw Lukanya back into a starting lineup. So
Is Lukanya
yeah,
Arm on the bench?
No, he's there. He returned this week, but like I say, you can't just. There's no warm-up game. There wasn't anything to throw him in for. So I think they might bring him in next week, but yeah, he won't start this weekend. Well, Sunday. So Jesse's got to pull it through. I mean, but like I say, I haven't been the biggest fan, but again, I'm very objective when it comes to rugby, and he's been playing well. So like, give him the start.
Yo, Marnie's kicking, bro. Like, I get nervous if he's not like directly in front of the poles. I'm nervous. It's like,
but you know how funny it was. So that game against Tonga.
Yeah.
When he came on, the man could kick. He was kicking better than Pollard. He was kicking straight down the middle, no matter where he was. And I think I was like that thing because when Pollard came on, getting like 4 for 4, I was like, yes, he's really rubbing salt in the wound. Yeah, like he's really making Marnie look bad now. And then Marnie came on, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, hey, you can't miss now. And he had the best kick, like, ever. And I'm thinking to myself, I think that's like he knew, like, today is the day. Like, I either get my shit right, or I'm literally being dropped now. Like, Pollard's going to take it again.
Guys, as mentioned, I'm just waiting to see if we can hold Asia lows, and as soon as we get a little break, only thing that's tricky for me is we've got that 80 level right here, so I'll see if we hold Asia lows. I honestly want to really see a very aggressive push to get through Asia highs. I don't want it to like stair step. If it starts stair stepping, I'll either go break even or I will just close the trade. The other case is if we start trading below the Asia lows, I'm going to give it, say, two, three, I would say 3 more 5-minute candles. But if we start trading below the Asia lows and we start rejecting, like creating a support and then a break like that, I will also just kill the trade. So just letting you guys know, we're not just sitting here riding on hopes. There's certain criteria we want to see. This beautiful, if we can get another nice bullish candle all the way up here and we then start breaking structure lower, I will be in this as well. So just letting you guys know, DXY would need to hold these Asia lows. So So if we get something like this, you see what happened here, pre-market. If we get something like that, let's say for instance we start doing that and we create a structure where we break like that right there, and then I'll kill the trade. Otherwise this trade is still good. We're still technically ahead in terms of our probability. How did this hourly close? Monday to Friday, guys. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom. Please keep up the market. If we can get some peaches in the chat just to pump this thing up a little bit, I will appreciate that. Other than that, I will see you guys now Monday to Friday. Follow us on Instagram. Links are in the description. Guys, I also want to take the chance to thank our broker partner, Bolt Markets. If you have not yet registered an account with them, To support the channel, use the link in the description of this video. Still waiting to get tapped in on gold. Oi, there, my goodness, as mentioned, that stair stepping. Something broke here in the market. 1889. You guys trade gold also? We do. Lamage, we do. Gold taking out yesterday's high. I'm gonna look for some potential reversals at 1890. I don't know if there's some headlines that hit right now. Let's just quickly see this. To me looks like a headline that it. You just check Forex Factory as well. I think there could be a headline. If this 5-minute candle closes below here, guys, I'm going with a full position right here, going short. Just letting you guys know I'm still waiting on euro. Still looking for the shorts. UJ still waiting for that break above, so any retest, if we fail on any of the retests right here and we do something like that and we break structure lower, I will exit this trade, but I'm still bullish on the day. Again, I could be wrong. I have been wrong multiple times, but I just manage my risk. Forex Factory, they've got some good headlines. Alright guys, get ready. Just need to hold somewhere here. I'll be going short, full position for me on euro. Just need a bottom wick. I don't want it to close on its low, but euro USD, just get ready. So some of you always spill your coffee when I say I'm in a trade, so I'm sparing your keyboard this time. Let me just get euro USD on here as well. There's euro USD. Need to close below here. 18 seconds, 15, 10 seconds. Need to close below, guys. Not selling if it's holding that level. 3, 2, 1. It is marginal. I'm going for it on my broker side. It closed below, so I'm in shorts. 15 pips stop. 15 pips stop. It closed marginally below on the broker feed, so I'll monitor this. 15 pips stop. Where are we going? We're at the weekly pivot. I'm actually thinking 1,520 for the day. 1,520. Even if we start trading below that, the weekly S1 1,505. I'm gonna monitor this level for level. Let's see where she goes. But I honestly think we can get some type of runner today. So I'll be monitoring it level by level, and then also we are in UJ. UJ would need to get back inside of the Asia range. I haven't added my other half of my position. So busy little morning here on the charts for us. Break-even point for me on Euro, I would say, honestly, I would say this 105.33 level right here. That was the pre-market session lows, so I would say break-even level. Bro, what music is this? Very calm. I don't know what's calm. Oh, calming. It's lo-fi. Afro lo-fi. It is literally, the YouTube channel is called Afro Lo-Fi, so are you still in your gold trade? I was never in gold. I think Keegan was in gold. I think he went break even. Geeks, were you? Oh, he's away. I was never in gold. $1.505. Yeah, I've set my TPs at 1505, but I will monitor it level for level. So obviously our first obstacle is session lows, Asia lows. If we can get through that level, then our next obstacle becomes 105.20. And if we can get through 105.20, our next one becomes the round number at 10500. So we'll see how we manage it. And then, ooh, this definitely needs to get back inside of the Asia range. Only went off risk on this. Definitely needs to get back inside of the Asia range. As you can see here, we went initially, so 7 o'clock this morning we started creating bullish market structure. We had our pullback and then we broke structure here to the upside. This was the trade I was taking. There was your structure break there. Maybe a little bit quick on the trigger. I would have liked something here, but that's why I went to half risk, because this thing can bump today. But I'm monitoring this level. If we can't get back above Asia lows, I am cutting that trade. Just letting you guys know. DXY holding Asia lows. Next up is the weekly pivot, and we would need to hold above that weekly pivot for this Euro USD trade to work out. Rika, the spreads are always going to be affected on news events. It's not necessarily to do with the spreads, it's actually more to do with the actual filling of your orders. So that is why during news events you get slipped, because the move happens so fast. By the time your order gets executed or placed through, there's literally a lag between the terminal and the price feed. And so yeah, that's why I wouldn't even suggest trading news. Trade the first 5 minutes after the news if you want to trade it. if you are taking a JPY pair trade, are you using the JPY basket for correlation or just monitoring the DXY? For example, at this, yeah, I'm just using DXY. And then obviously my bias was bullish on the day for UJ, so I didn't really look at the basket of, because a lot of times, for instance, your JPY and your UJ correlations will break down. Yeah, I'm wondering, the thing is we haven't fully retested that weekly pivot, but let's see where this thing goes. 105.33, that's the session lows. What was the decision that made you entry on Euro USD? So I was bearish on the day. Remember, go to the start of the session, Yente. I was bearish on the day while price was here. I still said I'm just waiting for price to get below my weekly pivot level. And as soon as we broke structure here, so even though it looks like this 5-minute candle closed right there on my broker terminal, the body's actually there. It closed slightly below. And if you go on our Discord group as well, link is in the description under the education section, you will see our entry drills, and it's basically this continuation trade, break of structure, holding support, and that is our entry drill for this trade right here. Alright guys, I'm closely monitoring this trade. I want to either see us really start running to the upside from here. Again, only have half a position on, and if we cannot start holding this position or this level right here, if some of our next candles do something like this where we start rejecting, then I will get out. But I am still bullish on this pair, still bullish on this trade, but I am more than happy to manage it. And then Euro USD, I will let you guys know when I go break even. Just want to see where we are. You guys know what, I'm actually gonna set my break even level there, 105.36. Once we hit that level, I will go break even on this trade. I know, what conditions would you allow a trade to go deeper into your 15 pip drawdown? I notice you really let it go too far. A rhyme, so if we haven't had retests of a level, for instance with UJ, that was a breakout, we haven't really had a retest, so I know we can pull back deeper below that Asia lows and then come back above it. And then I also know, like, even if we break back below, it is gonna give some type of retest at that level, and if we don't get back above that level and we keep rejecting it, then I know obviously that level now becomes a resistance level and not a support. So that is why I'm leaving it. This trade is technically, in theory, if I look at my positioning, this is now technically 3 pips in drawdown, because I've only went with half a position, so the net result is only 3 pips. So I'm more than happy to manage around this area. So I want to see certain things happen at certain levels, and the same with Euro USD. All right, guys, I'm going break even on this. This is now a risk-free trade, Euro USD. Just want to show you guys here on the terminal. Euro USD, where's Euro USD? Euro USD, very nicely done. Trade is running up about 8,600 Rand. Could we get a 44k trade here today? This is that challenge. All trades taken live on stream with you guys, up about 5.1%. This UJ only went with 3 lots. My normal size is 6. So I'm just waiting for breaks back above that structure level, and then obviously Asia lows. We need to get through Asia lows if this is going to be a runner today on stream. I'm out. Cheers, guys. Great show with Hein. Maybe see you at NYC. If not, great weekend. Thanks, Will. Nasdaq looks like it's breaking down nicely. Yeah, as shared this morning, not looking for buys. Also, while I was trading here, not looking for buys. Guys, can we get some likes? 151 viewers sharing all of our trades live. Very few traders doing this for you guys every single day. If you are taking the trades with us this week, you guys should have a very good week so far. The trades have been absolutely spot on this week. We've had a phenomenal week so far. You stream London and New York every day. Tio Tao, yes, from next week NYSE streams are going live. My brother in Christ and partner in arms, Keegan will be running the NYSE streams.
We're gonna lock that one in for you guys.
So Keegan will be running that. I will see if I can join. I still have other business commitments that I need to attend to, so I cannot always be on stream. But what is your thoughts about NAS at the moment? I mentioned your sales was here somewhere. Go to the start of the stream. I said anywhere if you start rejecting your sales, but it's now, it's gonzo. It is. Very nice submission, Moodley. Well done. On the day, I honestly think if you are in sales, I would say target yesterday's low. Don't be greedy. Yesterday's low, call it a weekend. Even close to yesterday's low. Beautiful sales, beautiful. I would have loved to be in those sales with you. I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, this break-even point, that was the hourly support level right here, so I don't want to see us trade back above that level. I will then manually cut off my trade in profit. I want to see it reject that level. UJ currently not looking great at the moment, if I'm very honest with you. Starting to break back below this level. I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes. We are still half a position. So even if this thing hits full stop loss, that's only a net minus 10 pip. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. I am bullish on this. I'm going to give it a chance to get above, and if we can do something like this, strong move to the upside, I'm going to add my other half of my position right there. And so I'm giving it a little bit more room to breathe. We've got the euro trade basically offsetting that risk that we've got on UJ. So technically if we close out both, we still close out net positive. So gonna give it a little bit more. Oh, that's not good. There's definitely some headline news coming out. I still wanted to check Forex Factory. Keegan, what's your thoughts on gold?
Definitely sells. At the moment, if you guys don't see it, like it's just with dollar strength, so gold is just a bit delayed. We saw this on one of the other news events I spoke to you guys about. But yeah, definitely still looking for sells. My bias hasn't changed. So I'm waiting for this 1889, 1890 area to get rejection off there.
Alright guys, I'm giving this a little bit more. So this is the level I'm going to monitor to potentially cut this position. So on the next 5, if we can't get back above this level right here, I will cut it. So if we push up and we start rejecting that level, I will manually close out this trade. I'm gonna give it a little bit more, and then Euro USD now back at Asia lows. Where are we on that? So that's currently running 1R. Decisions. You guys know what? I'm gonna lock out both these positions. I'm out. Closed both for basically a 1% gain. Closed out the euro shorts right here at Asia low. This thing can run. I'm not gonna be greedy. That costed me Monday almost 4%. This thing can run. I'm more than happy for it to run without me. I killed this trade for net minus 5 pips, and so minus 5 on UJ and basically plus 15 on EU. So feel free to hold on to this. Only thing is, look at all of that clear air to the downside. You can get some type of pullback. I don't know. I'll still look for potential re-entries on UJ, but I'm locking it in for 1%. This account now sitting at 6.1% on the first week of it. So maybe later this afternoon, grab one more, maybe close it on 7% for the week. Then only 3% left to go.
I must say for Friday, the markets actually aren't moving too bad.
This one I
We've
was
actually had a lot worse
maybe
Fridays.
I was maybe a little bit naughty on this one, but that's why I went off. Ah, man. Oh, hectic! It is frozen.
That's so weird. Normally it's always mine.
Let's see if I can get my camera back. Oh, I think the battery died.
That's actually quite funny.
Yeah, the battery.
does it charge along with you?
No, I'm gonna quickly plug in the webcam.
Honestly, you sure you don't want to get the charger?
No, the thing is, it can't charge and stream.
Okay.
It died now, so let me just see if I can change this. Right, guys, bear with me. Quickly going with the backup web camera. Add video capture device. Chris webcam. All right. Sheesh. Let's just transition. I'm back. How's that? Webcam. Do you stream daily? Yes, every day, Monday to Friday. Guys, apologies. Nas looking to break yesterday's low. Looking at yeah. So your trade was here. Asia lows. I think the guy that took German 30 sells as well. We said at the start of the session, anything here, you want to be looking for sells. If you guys missed the analysis, go back to the start of the stream. All of this was shared with you guys. The only thing that made that run up was gold. Remember also I mentioned the way that it's stair-stepping. I didn't like it. And then obviously I also told you guys I'm more interested in EU than GU, because GU was trading quite strongly above the 200 on the 80, where Euro was already starting to trade below it. Am I going to kick myself today? Is this going to be the day where this thing just melts one way? Or am I going to be glad that I closed out a little bit earlier today? But we haven't really retested at weekly pivot, so if later on in the session we come back to that level, I will look for sells again. Only thing is mentally, this is where that mental scarring comes in, where Monday I left 4%. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, left 4% on the table. So not gonna do that again today. Friday, lock it in, walk away with some money, come back next week. What pairs do you trade mostly? I'm just gonna pull this across the screen for you. That is my stream list. That is the only pairs I trade. DXY is not a tradable instrument on a retail brokerage. I just use that for my analysis and for my correlations, but US30 futures, Nasdaq futures, UJ, GJ, gold, GBP USD, USD ZAR in some cases if there's a setup, Euro, German 30 I want to start trading. I haven't taken a trade on that, but I've been forward testing on it and it moves relatively cleanly. We in the money on German 30. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Guys, honestly, I would say the best stream in SA. Definitely going for that top position. There's not really much to compete with. Keeks, any other South African streamers you know of?
I actually don't think so. Like, I think all these guys are doing like little Instagram lives in a trade and stuff like that, but not really streaming.
Let's actually
we do the breakdown, we take the trades. I know there's like podcasts and stuff, but yeah, I don't even actually can't even think of other guys that stream. I think the problem they have with that is once you do that, you become so vulnerable. I mean, your whole thing's out there. So if people look at you and go like, for example, you're analyzing, and they can look at you and be like, okay, this man has no clue what the hell he's doing. Or your trades, like, everything's out there. So people can judge you all they can see, like, listen, okay, this guy knows what he's doing.
Kendall, definitely. Your man is sitting there. Starting on Monday, I want Keegan to rest his voice. I already told Caitlin, only tea and honey for Keegan over the weekend. You shouldn't be talking a lot. He's going to bring the fire. He's going to bring the energy. I bring the dad vibes. Keegan brings that young energy, that young bull energy. I am the older bull. My horns are already scraped to bits in the market. Keegan's horns are still nice and sharp. Huh, Keegs? Keegs has yet to...
They're all ready to dig myself into the markets, and when the beef starts, I'm ready to brawl.
So that's why we've got Keegan here. So saving his voice for that. We'll end up screaming for the rugby. Anyway, dude, Sunday, big one. I don't know how to feel about it. Time to Eat Trading does live streams every day using Roger's strategy, and it shares his trading journal to public. Time to Eat Trading. Time to eat.
If he's using Roger's strategy, he can't be very profitable.
Ooh. Time to eat. Time to eat. What is this, man? He's not trading Roger's strategy, he's trading Don's strategy, because I see 2k gold onion. Onions is one onion play, yeah, so he's most probably a spin-off from Don's strategy. Yeah, range 1, range 2, that's Don. So you see, the thing with Don is Don took Roger's strategy, made it better. Roger kept trading the same shit over and over, and it didn't work. So whoa, luckily we closed this bad boy out. This thing is dying. Alright guys, there's nothing else for me. Pound yen 182.50. Daily time frame, I was bearish as mentioned, closing back in here now. Yeah, let me just see. This was yesterday's low right there. Let me just see, maybe we clip the wing of something here. Late session. Hourly, what's the hourly doing? Hourly starting to break down our round number. No. Guys, that's a session. I don't know what more you guys want from us. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, nothing else I would have traded the way that I've traded this one. I would say in my journal, I will actually journal this. All of my trades I journal on the Discord. Check out the Discord. I will journal the stream trades now as well as soon as we're done. My only thing in this was that I should have actually closed out a little bit earlier. I think we closed out here, if I'm not mistaken, 10 pips. Yeah, I should have actually closed out here after we had those multiple rejections, not getting back above, but that's fine. Actually, I should have never taken this entry in the first place. I should have waited for the retest there and then the break of structure to the upside. Euro USD, I am very happy with us. We waited almost, what was it? Almost 3 hours we waited for this range to come down. I told you guys I'm not looking at buying. I'm literally waiting for it to come back inside of the Asia range. We took ourselves right there, zero drawdown. I think we had like a pipette of a drawdown, started flushing to the downside. Only other trade I think that I potentially would say I missed is Nasdaq. This ticked all the boxes for a short. Multiple rejections off the weekly R1 right there. Multiple rejections off the daily pivot. Moving averages there below Asia lows, breaking Asia lows right there. This is the entry drill. I'll also share in the Discord. Just want to show you guys how you could have taken that. If you go into the Discord under education section, this is the reversal trade there. See that middle one there? Break of structure at a pivot off round number. This was at the round number right there, 15200. There's your break of structure. That is where you could have executed. I wasn't too locked into it. I was very fixated on Euro USD. This for me was the cleanest setup. Again, start of the session, I told you we took out yesterday's high. We closed back inside of the range. I'm even thinking this thing can flush down today to this level, 60 more pips. But it is Friday. I'm happy to walk away with 1%. 6% up on the week, 6.1. So more than happy with that. Thanks again, guys. Keegs.
Nah, thanks guys. Been a good week. But yeah, always thanks for all of you guys always tuning in, supporting us. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a blessed weekend.
We will see you guys on Monday morning 8:30, and then Keegs, you're gonna start NYSE streams what time? 3 o'clock. 2:30.
Yeah, so let's say 3. Let's say 3. Yeah, so we don't catch on cuck before that.
Lydia, I'll chat to you in IG. Well done to Lydia for winning that funded account. At least we can give one of the female traders. And thank you for all the ladies joining us on stream as well in this male dominant space. I honestly want to see more females coming up in the space, so really appreciate all of you guys, and then all of you making it possible for helping us grow this channel. Without you guys, it is not possible. We appreciate the support, we appreciate the feedback, and yeah, please send me messages on Instagram, give us feedback. I had a very heart-touching message this week from Keenan and his significant other. That is honestly why we do it, to really motivate you guys, to show you what is possible, that you are not alone in this journey. We are here with you, just two regular guys trying to make a difference in the industry. Honestly, not trying to swindle you out of a cent of your money, but honestly just sharing our journey live with you. And we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna say the wrong thing sometimes at the wrong time, we're gonna have some laughs, we're gonna have some wins, we're gonna have losses, but at the end of the day, we keep ourselves accountable to that. So guys, God bless. Go Bokke Sunday. See you guys on Monday. Peace and love.
Cheers.